Good evening, everyone. It's Tammy from True Crime Discussions. Hey, Matt, how's it going? I am just, which about to sound mean. I'm a little bit bored. So I thought I'd come on here and do a live and see who's up for a chat and to see what everybody's been up to today. I'll say probably early hours of Saturday where you all are, but it's about 9:36 p.m. here in Australia, Adelaide, or Adelaide, Australia. Like I said, I just thought I'd pop on here and see if there's anyone who wants to shoot the breeze with me for a few minutes or a couple of hours, whatever it may be. I don't know. Floors all the people that's in chat. Not bothered. If anyone's wanting to talk about anything, that's awesome. If not, that's awesome too. I'm not fussed. Good evening, Mr. Dave. And like I said, I just thought I'd come on here and do a little shoot the breeze and see who's up for a chat because, I've been annoying a lot of people lately in PM by letting them know how much they are important to me. And I just see it as that sometimes people do have a little bit of doubt about what they mean to people. And I thought, why not, instead of PMing people and annoying the crap out of them by hearing that ding, ding, I thought I'll pop on here. And so I thought, why not come on here and let everybody know that pops in here. And anyone who watches this live or whoever, excuse me, watches this on replay, I need to let people know that for the people who have come into my life since entering, as I'd say, the door of hell, because at the same time, the true crime community could be great and sometimes it can be hard and sometimes it can be scary and other times it can actually, run with the greatest of ease and the calmness of would say an ocean, but that doesn't really make much sense because, even oceans have their issues. But like I said, I just want every person, well, maybe not every person, but all the people that I have PM'd and let them know how much they mean to me. I hope they do know that and I hope that they never forget because at the end of the day, life is too short. A few things have been happening to me over the last 24 hours that have more or less made me wake up and realise who's important and who's not. There. Oh, no worries, Dave. That's all good. Hey, Karen, how you doing, sweetie? But yeah, the people that I've met on this journey have been absolutely incredible, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this, but I'll say it anyway. The one person who's always, thank you, Dave, the one person who's been a constant and has never belittled me, never made me question who I am, he's never actually said this as such, but the way he has stood by me and made me realise that I should never give up with what I'm doing and in life or here on YouTube. And if anyone out there knows this person and knows him like I think I know him, you are very, 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 very lucky. And the person I am talking about is Seeking the Truth with Dave. He has been a constant since December last year for me. And I look at him and I'm inspired by him, not just because of what he does for the true crime community, but what he says to me and with such, what's the word to use, with such truthfulness to it. Dave is one of the few people that I consider a best friend, a close friend, and an endearing friend that I would be very lost without. And I can't thank him enough for his, and I'm not about to start singing Let It Be by the Beatles, so you can all chill out. But he has brought more to my life than I ever thought. Someone who I've only spoken to like over the phone or on panel or anything like that. He has come to be, as much as he's going to hate hearing this because he's only, as he's mentioned a few times, he's only 50. But if I could choose anyone to be like a father figure to me, Dave is definitely it. He has managed to Like last night, we were chatting a little bit, and he called me by my proper name. And it's like, no, do not call me that. Um, but yeah, he has been a constant in my life, and I don't know what I'd ever do if anything ever happened to him. One thing that I love most is being a mod on his channel, and the one thing with being a mod that I hate is that if I see someone saying anything disrespectful about him, I want to rip their hearts out and stomp on it, literally with my bare hands, because I will always protect that guy, no matter what. I sound so fucking nuts, and I'm so sorry, but it's like when he came into my life, I never thought I would think much of him. But when I first watched one of the first lives I watched, I was fortunate enough to go on his panel. And from that moment on, in the back of my head and in my heart, I'm thinking, I've got to know this guy. He is not only well spoken and driven, and he has his morals that he holds in the palm of his hand. And then there are people that come in and take those morals and hurt him, and they're the bastards I want to rip apart. But I can't now because I'm a mod on his channel, so I can't. But in saying that, yeah, I'm okay, Karen. Just a little bit pissed off and upset about a few things. But if it's okay with everyone, I'll give a little bit more info about that in a few moments. But there's just something that Dave brings to my life that makes it feel like the worst could happen, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Like the worst has happened to me in a lot of ways, but yeah. So from the bottom of my heart, Dave, I thank you so, so much. Yesterday, I got actually a few weeks back, I went to the doctors about this lump on the side of my neck, and they want to do an ultrasound on it. And the doctor, when he felt there, he said it feels weird, like not normal for a cyst. And he wants to send me to get an ultrasound on it to see if it's anything bad. I was in tears when he told me that. He goes, try to remain positive. It's probably nothing to be too worried about. Thank you, Karen. He goes, it's probably nothing to worry about, but we've got to take precautions. And if they find that it's something they can't explain through an ultrasound, we may have to do a biopsy on it. Because he said that since he first saw it, and the fact that it hasn't gone away, no matter what I've done, it comes back and it's worse. He asked if it, sorry to be disgusting here, he asked if it oozes at all, and I said no. And he looked a bit concerned as to that, because he thought if it was an ingrown hair, or if it was a pimple, or it was anything else, it would have done that by now. And I've had this thing on the side of my neck for quite a number of years. It causes a lot of discomfort, and it hurts sometimes when it's cold. It really, really hurts. And I asked him point blank, amongst me crying like a little bitch, I asked him, I said, could it be cancer? And he said, we can't rule anything out. So for the last few weeks, that's been on my mind. I told my brother about it, and I tried telling him how scared I was, but he didn't want to hear about it. He turned it on me, so to speak, saying, oh, it's your lifestyle. It's because you're overweight. It's because you don't eat properly. It's because it could be any number of things. But he goes, oh, just don't go straight to the negative. And it's like, oh, okay. So basically calling me fat, telling me that I don't eat properly and everything like that somehow is so much better than it being cancer. And I turned around and I made a joke of it, which is really bad to joke about cancer, because that's no joke under any circumstances. But I said to him, I said, oh, well, look at it this way. If it's cancer, at least I'll lose weight. And he called me, and I'm sorry to say this word, Karen. I know sometimes it can be a trigger for you, sweetheart. Thanks, Dave. He basically called me a fucking idiot, and I should do the weight loss the proper way. So basically telling me that if I've got cancer, then, I should pile on the weight, and all this. But I understand that I have a weight problem. I understand that. And he didn't get it. And so then he's telling me, okay, my brother has always helped my mum because my mum always relies on him for help. My mum never, ever turns to me for anything unless she needs money. And I tried explaining it to her about the lump and how it might needed to be, biopsied on and all the rest of it. Her words, and I quote, "I don't need this drama in my life right now. Call me when you know the results." So in the midst of all the drama that went down on a certain other channel and feeling very, very, very alone and feeling very, very scared, I can't turn to my mum or my brother. I can't turn to anybody because at the end of the day, this is my battle. And if it's cancer, it's cancer. I've got to deal with that. The only thing I don't want is to lose my hair because I've finally got long hair. And then last night, my brother turned to me and told me that he will no longer speak to me until I get my life on track. Now, I'm trying. There are parts of my past that very few people know about that I still have flashbacks and I still have nightmares and I still have panic attacks about them. I still get very, very scared. And when I tell people I'm scared, it's not just about letting them down. It's about the fact that this could be what it could be. And the best way to describe this is the fact that my brother doesn't get it. And thank you, Karen. Trying to explain, it's very hard to just wake up each day and be happy about it, that I'm alive and I'm happy. It's all right, Dave. Dave did a great live today. Please go over to Seeking the Truth with Dave's channel to please watch it. It's absolutely incredible from what I've watched so far. I don't mean any disrespect to Kim, but she just needs to slow-mo her voice because she talks like a million miles an hour. And oh my God, I admired Dave even more, the fact that he was able to keep up with her. I'm 45, 50 minutes into it and I'm like, what the far out Brussels sprout did I just listen to? Because she talks like a million miles an hour. But yeah, so I'll continue watching the rest of that in the next couple of hours before I go to bed. But back to what I was saying about my brother. He wants me to help with mum more. And I try. Okay, I try I try so hard to help with my mum. My mum's visually impaired. She has 10, 15 or whatever it is these days, sight in one eye, and she's completely blind in the other. I try and help with that. The thing is, what my brother doesn't seem to understand at all is the fact that helping her is hard for me because I have the same condition in the eyes that she has. So when I try and help, I get turned down. I get rejected. I basically get told, no, I don't want your help. No, don't need you. They're call abusing me. To go shopping for her because it is the worst feeling, Matt, but I've had it I'm 39 years old. I've never been listened to by my family. When I was going through a past event in my life that I don't really want to discuss at the moment, if that's okay with everybody. I tried to do away with my own life due to circumstances that I didn't want to be around anymore. And I won't say who, but a person in my life made it harder for me to accept me, because I was always there trying to make sure that he was okay, making sure that every need that he had was met, and then made sure that he was comfortable, if that makes sense. But he never once did that for me. If anything, he made my life very, very scary. And for me to be the kind of person that I am today, which some people say I have a caring heart, which I don't see it. But when I say to people, I trust them, I need people to take that as I'm being as sincere as I can be. Because trust for me, and not to be sexist, but trust me to trust a male is very, very, very difficult. I grew up with a father who would, to the age of 13, as from what I can remember, he would beat the living crap out of me every chance he got. He would need alcohol to function as a father. And even then, it wasn't the kind of father that should be given kids. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Dave. But it's like, if I open my heart just a little bit and tell somebody I trust them, the moment I do that, I feel scared. And when people tell me, oh, there's nothing to be scared of, or don't be scared, or you'll be okay, I love you all for saying that. But you don't know my life. I wake up each day, and this is me without antidepressants, but I'm worse when I'm on them because I actually start crying, and I'm not doing that now. I try my best to do what I can, and that is if I can make somebody laugh or I can make somebody think better of their life, then I feel good. I feel like I've empowered my own mind. Like when I say take a step out of yourself and do all this sort of stuff, that's me giving myself advice, not just the person I'm trying to help at the time. And I hate that I can't take the advice I give someone else. Like, I've had so much taken from me in my life. The first guy I ever fell in love with, and he turned out to be an asshole in every way possible that you can imagine an arsehole being, like this is going to be an overshare, and I'm so sorry to say this. I'm not on them at the moment, Dave. The thing is, because my doctor's taken me off all medication until he can figure out what this thing on my neck is. Now, the thing is, I am every single day. I go live, anytime I go live, anytime I'm on Dave's panel, I am scared. Yes, people go, oh, you sound so confident. That's a mask. Okay, let me just tell you all that now. I'm afraid that I'm going to fuck up. I'm afraid that I'm going to, like, I know that Dave does it in a loving and a joking way, and I think the world of him for doing it. But when he goes, I've got such and such many people in chat, make sure I have this many people in there. When I come back, I'm scared that when he does that to me next time, if I'm allowed back up there again, or should I say when, that if that number drops even by 3 or 4 people, he's going to lose faith in me. And that is something I'm afraid of. I'm afraid every day that I wake up, the first thing I do, not that you need to know this, I check for that thing on my neck to see if it's gotten bigger, or I check if it's gotten smaller. Because there were times where my doctor is a dickhead. I've been complaining about this lump for about 2.5 years, and he's done nothing about it. I found a lump somewhere else a few years ago. Luckily, that did turn out to be a cyst, but still, for a 37 at the time, I don't even remember how old I am. 37-year-old when I found a lump in good old Doc 1. For those who don't, or D1, which is boob 1. My dad was adopted, so I don't know the health history. Thank you, Dave. I was scared of that, and I didn't tell anybody about it because of the fact that who could I tell? I can't even tell my family that I have a lump on the side of my neck and it might need to be biopsied if the ultrasound shows something suspicious, and I know you say it as a joke, Dave. It's all right, sweetheart, but I am scared, and being scared is something I hate about myself because I promised myself that when I got away from my past, under any circumstances, let any man ever touch my heart again. And this is where you might get a swelled head, Dave, if you're still in here at this time. I allowed him in. And I don't regret it for 1 second. Because if it wasn't for him, I don't know where I'd be. So if people out there want to try and pass any judgment on him and you give a shit about me just one tiny, tiny little bit, just remember that the reason since December last year, the reason I'm still here and I'm still carrying on the way I'm doing the best I can is because of Seeking the Truth with Dave. Even though we may never, ever meet. And that would hurt so much. But I'm sure Dave will be like, oh, thank God. But if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here now. Okay? I understand and I respect his partner immensely. But what I'm saying now is that he has saved my life on numerous occasions. And I don't think I could ever thank him enough. So when I heard that pissy little wank stain on another channel, which will remain nameless, attacked him, let's just say it's a good thing he lives all the way in New York. Because I wouldn't give a shit what he did to me, but I'll rip him a new one. Because I would always do that. I'm not used. I'm sorry to hear that, Karen. And Dave, thank you for everything you've ever done for me. For allowing me to speak on your panel, allowing me to joke around, even though I can't say camel tits or camel toe on your channel. I appreciate you letting me. And Karen, I hope that you're going to be okay, sweetheart. I really, really hope you'll be okay. Oh, I hope so. I hope that little weasel does crash and burn. It's funny how he said a few weeks back that he was going to do a final show, and before I know it, he's back on there doing his crap. I'll just report his channel all the time for abuse. It's easy. Got nothing to lose. He's got nothing that. What can he do to me? He's a pissy little prick in bloody New York, thinking that, I'm not going to look front on at my camera. I'm going to look side on. Why? Because I'm all scarred and fucked up on this side. Sorry, I don't know that for a fact. In my opinion, as Dave would say. But no, when I heard that he hurt Dave, like I said, even if mine turns out to be nothing, Karen, and yours turns out to be nothing, there's nothing that you and I can't achieve together, sweetheart, because you are an amazing person and your strength is what gets me through everything as well. But like I said, if you're wondering why Dave's in and out, people who are just joining in, Dave is watching the golf. Okay? So don't be alarmed if Dave's here, then he's gone. Yeah. Well, okay, here's one that, okay, I'll drop a name. Why not? This Just Larry freak that I wish I could rip a new one to. He was going to, I should say, hop on my birthday bash. And the reason I was having him on as well as all the other lovely people that appeared I, I was going to have him on there to Dave, is there something you need to tell me? By saying I'll join you, Tammy, and Karen. Okay. But like I said, he was going to come on my birthday panel because at that point in time, not anymore, never, ever, 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 ever will that son of a bitch ever grace my channel. He does, he's blocked. So, as I was saying, he had the people that were helping me organise my birthday bash. He said that he had spoken to me and it was all sorted. Okay. Now, I have no reason to doubt one of my other close friends, but he lied to her. And the reason that I was going to have that mofo on my channel is because I wanted Dave to feel at ease. Because most of the people, excuse me, that were going to appear on my panel that night were going to be female. And I wanted to be able to have banter with Larry and Dave because, be a plain Jane in between a good looking guy and a guy who can't even look straight on at the camera. It would have been fun. But yeah, yes, I just think that he is lower than Pomscom. I can say this on my channel and no one can really stop me because he's been blocked from my channel, both on YouTube and on Facebook. So he can't, unless someone in here is going to report me back to him. Like I'm going to be shaking in my boots with that fuckwit. Sorry. But like I said, yeah, so I wanted them both on at the same time. But then when he didn't appear, it was actually it was okay. I dealt with it. My birthday night was amazing. And when this is going to sound like I've got such an ego. When Dave was doing his live during the day at his brother's car racing thingy majiggy. Oh, thank you, Karen. He it sounds so lame to say this. I asked him, I said, "Can you sing happy birthday to me, David?" He could have easily gone, "No, fuck off." But he sang happy birthday to me, and that was beautiful. And then he did say that he won't be able to be on panel with me on my birthday night. And I'll be honest with you, I was absolutely devastated. But I was in chat like I am now, but I was on there because I was using a friend's StreamYard, not my own. I was in chat and I heard noise in the background and I thought, oh, okay, that's Karen. I'm like, hey, and nothing was said. So I had to get out of chat and go and see who was on panel. And it was Dave. And it was like, oh my God, he's taking time out of his night that he could be spending those precious, precious few moments with Deb or his partner. Sorry, give me a name drop her, Dave. Sorry. Ooh. Yeah, well, that just proves how weak Larry is, Karen. If he's got to get people to go with him to try and take someone down, I'd love to see how he's going to try and find us all. Because good luck, Larry. You're a pisshead, mate. You're a wanker. You can't even take down a fly. And for him to say that, if he said that on a live or he said that in a PM, I personally would report that because that's bordering on harassment, abuse, threatening nature. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that Larry's just going to go through it to the people that support Dave. And oh yes, I agree with that one, Karen. I don't want to say that his name because at the end of the day, he's just I can't even put into words with that person. Sorry. Oh, Irvin said it, did he? Oh man, I don't even like saying his name. He said he was going to come after you with his sidekicks. Yes, no worries. Like to see him try. But don't let that get to you, Karen, because at the end of the day, they've got to find you first and they don't know where you are. So, yes, I think that all of us simultaneously need to take that video down where they're abusive and think they're so tough behind a screen and they think by throwing F this, F that, that they're tough. Hate to disappoint them, but they're not. Two of them do, yes, but Irvin doesn't. According to Irvin, he lives in Hawaii. Don't they have tidal waves over there? Uh, yes, they attacked her. They attacked Karen, and previously to that, they ambushed me on another channel. And yeah, not very impressed with that, but I'm trying. I just think that I need to move on from past mistakes and learn from them and deal with them and pick myself up and learn how to dust myself off the best way I can. Yeah, well, Dave had the one thing that's beautiful about Dave, and here he is, me mentioning him again, and he probably is in here just listening, going, "Oh my God, this is so." I'll just do this. Hang on. Ego bubble popped, Dave. And look at that. It's my own sound effects. It's amazing. I don't need a friggin' voice changer. But yeah, so what happens is that Dave has his own opinion of people. And even I saw this part where he says that he trusts people and he allows himself to trust them. And then if they hurt him, it hurts him more than it would hurt, say, someone else. But I think that the way certain people have betrayed Dave is absolutely disgusting. I think that people think that I had to pop his ego bubble, Karen. I'm sorry, but I had to. But I think that if hopefully Dave doesn't allow them in the channel why I'm in there, because if they are, they'll be hidden from your channel, Dave. Just a heads up, because none of them are mod, and I am. So if they pop in there before anything, I will be hiding them from your channel. Whether you choose to unhide them, that's your choice. But I don't want them anywhere near me when I'm there. And so yes. But no, the thing, like I said, for anyone in here who knows seeking or doesn't know, but knows enough about Dave, Dave will always protect the people he cares about. And he's done a very good job of protecting me, regardless of what he thinks. I don't know who's even in here. I know that Karen's in here. I know that Matt's in here. I know that Dave's in and out. But then there's still 4 people in here unaccounted for. So I don't know who's. Yes, the mod convention of Tammy's lives. No, the reason I have so many mods in my channels is because they can keep an eye on who's scum and who's not. So, gotta protect myself. You know how they say if you're going out in the sun, slip, slop, slap? Well, guess what? I have mods who do the slapping, and that's slapping the bitches out, as in get out. Sorry. Oh, Dave's practicing his in and out skills. Well, Dave, I could read so much into that, but I'm going to just assume that you mean in and out of chat and you get a gold star, my darling. Oh, hello now. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. Thanks, Nell. I know. Bye, Nell. But like I said, it just, see, for me, okay, the way, this is going to sound so bad. I have oh, confession from Tammy again. Yes, gold star. Thank you, Karen. Um, I have a very dirty mind. So when Dave writes, I'm practicing my in and out skills, I was going to say, sweetie, 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 sweetie. You already, Dave knows where I was going with that. Well done. I'm so sorry. Dave, like I said, as I was going to say before, Dave wrote in and out of chat. LOL. I was going to say, sweetie, you did very, very good at your in and out skills. You've got a son and a daughter to prove that. You're good at your in and outs. But sorry, Dave. Oh, have mercy. Far out. Okay, I need to think before I speak, so I apologise for that. Oh, far out. But yeah. So moving on from that bit of awkwardness, I think. Um, I'm so sorry, Dave. But yeah, I try and think before I speak. I love how he puts that in after my bitch fit with not bitch fit, but my little bitch spiel about look at my profile as I do in my lives. You know, doesn't even have the balls to show his full face. But anyway, moving on from that dickhead again. Um, like I said, if you haven't seen Dave's live from this morning, please go watch it. Not now, but after I do my live, please go watch it. If you, I'm in and out again. I'm out again till I come in again. Oh, fuck's sake, Dave. Seriously, stop giving me ammo to think dirty. Sorry, hang on. No, I thought I told you that he wasn't in there, Karen, at that time. But I think what we need to do, this is including you, Miss Karen, we need to not go into that low life's chat anymore. And there are a lot of them that I can mention, but I don't want to give them the gratification of, yeah, I think we just need to stay away from his channel because at the end of the day, excuse me, we're giving him views. Because at the end of the day, people that want to discourage other people are not worth your time. They're not worth the push the button to watch. I'm not saying that I always have great content. If you want great content on Chris Watts, tune into Dave's lives. But with me, it's like they're not worth it because you think about it, if you even just watch 5 minutes of it, it's counted as a view. And I'm not wasting my time on channels that aren't going to, like playing games, so to speak. So I'll just leave it at that, and we will change the subject if we can, because at the end of the day, I don't want to give them airtime. What else? I went out for dinner tonight with a friend. That was fun. Walking out to the car, the first thing I said to him is, I said, I'm not dressed too fat, am I? And he goes, no. Yes, we can all have laughs, and that's the. Hang on. Yes, exactly. Seeking the truth with Dave. I couldn't agree more. Unsubscribe to their channels if you don't want to deal with sideward face man, like half face man, or the Three Musketeers, or any kind of things like that. The best thing to do is unsubscribe. Like I said, I might not have the best content on my channel, but I try my absolute hardest to make sure that everyone leaves having a bit of a laugh. Be good. And I see it as, okay, confession. I'm hoping, okay, I think because now the numbers dropped down by 1, Dave's out of the chat for a moment. I've been very, very worried about him with his health and all the rest of it. It's probably not my place to worry, but he's one of my best friends, so of course I'm going to worry. And shit. Okay, have fun listening then, Dave. Hang on. Ego bubble popped again. I worry about him. I could almost guarantee that if anything was to happen to him, I'd be the last in the world to know. No, he's not. And I am not a praying person. I never will be. But I'll always, because every time I find myself praying, something bad happens. So I'm not a praying person. But I hope with all my heart that Dave's is okay, and he doesn't just tell me that he's okay to shut me up. But he hopefully will be okay. He's a strong guy. Nearly said he's a strong old fella, but he's only like, what do you call it, 11 years older than me, or 12. It's coming up when his birthday, he'll be 12 years older than me. Man, you're young, Dave. You're a root rat. I'm only saying that because I did say he's like a father to me. Well, when I say like a father, what a father should be towards their child. Yes, I try my hardest to be a loyal friend. I try my hardest to be, yes. I try to see the good in people, even when it's so freaking hard. And like I said, I try my hardest to make people feel as though that they are important to me. If I tell you you're important to me, it's not just me, as they say, blowing smoke. It's actually backed. If I say I trust you, I beg whoever I tell that I trust. All I ask is, I beg of you, please hold it like it's something precious to you, because it's something I don't give out easily. And in all honesty, because he's not in chat at the moment, so I can say this now. When I say he, and we know who I'm talking about, okay, STTWD. If I ever met him in person, I think I'd actually faint in my head and go mute, because I've said this to him, and I'll say it here publicly. He is my hero in the true crime community because of how he deals with things, how he deals with life, how I admire him immensely. And that probably makes me sound like I'm sucking something I shouldn't be sucking. No, I won't go there. It sounds like I'm sucking up, but I'm not, I assure you. It's just the fact that I admire him. I don't know. He's just an incredible guy. Yeah, I think that if I was to squeeze Dave to death, I think that I'd have a lot of explaining to do to his partner. I think she would. Yes, it is Matt. Sorry. Yeah. I think that is very true. Yes, and I love how he deals with people. When, like today, part of the chat that I did see before I went out for dinner, he was saying about how someone announced that they were leaving, and he goes, "That's fine. You can leave. I don't mind. You don't have to necessarily announce that you're leaving, but you'll find yourself blocked." And I'm like, oh my God, you dealt with that in such, like, off goes the Band-Aid. If it rips off your arm hair, who cares? Bye-bye. Naff off. And I was there, and I actually had to rewind that little part a few times because it made me laugh. And one time when Dave was about to say the F-bomb, he didn't. And I admired, I was like, oh, if that was me and I had all that information, Dave, would you be swearing it with me? Would you be like, F this, F that? Because he goes, that's like, and it's like, yeah, bite your lip, Dave. I admired it, but I will be watching the rest of it after I finish this live up. But no, he's just, if I would, like I said, Karen, in regards to that message you just wrote there, I would squeeze him to death. I think that if I was to hug Dave really badly, I'm scared I'd break him. I'm serious. Dave's channel is a breath of fresh air. Yes, I hold my breath every time. Karen, sweetie, try not to do that. You need to be able to breathe, sweetheart. It's okay. But like I said, because he's even admitted in one of my other lives that I said, I think, by looking at Dave, I think he would be a great hugger. And he goes, I'm a great hugger. And I'm like, now that makes me want to hug him. But my birth father, he He claims that one time when I hugged him, I broke one of his ribs. Okie dokie. And I was like, oh, really? Nice try. It turns out I didn't. I just sort of like, fractured it a little bit, because before my dad died, I knew he was dying. I could just feel it in my gut. And you know, I wanted to try and make peace with him. But because my dad was the kind of person who didn't believe in making peace with anybody other than the people he wanted to, unless it was mutual, my father didn't do the forgiving or the forgetting. Oh, definitely not the forgetting. But like I said, if I was to hug Dave, I don't think that if I'm not saying he would, so don't all get all, I've got to tell Dave you said this. I reckon that if I was to ever meet Dave one on one, thank you, Karen, you're my family too, sweetheart. And so's Van. Um, yeah, I think that if I was to hug Dave and when he would say, for example, he's staying somewhere with Deb, that's cool. He walks out, he's all good, comes back in and he's holding onto his ribs, holding onto his back because I squeezed the life out of him apparently. I think that it might look a bit strange. So I don't think I would squeeze the life out of Dave. I think that might scare him. But no, I reckon that if I did meet Dave and stuff like that, I got to not day in, day out, but say, for example, he was here for 2 weeks. Good luck to that, Dave. As in Adelaide in general. And I actually got to spend more than one day with him. And then it was coming time for him to leave and stuff like that. I'll be honest with all of you, I think I would actually cry. Because to be able to afford to go up to Queensland, first of all, you go to Queensland, I've got to pay for accommodation, I've got to pay for meals when I'm there, I've got to pay for travel, I've got to pay for all that crap. Hello, Mama Knows Best. How you doing, sweetheart? Okay, Mama Knows Best. Were you lost for words because you couldn't get a word in because of Kimberly just like at a million miles an hour, or you lost it for words because it was so good? Because I'm 45 minutes into it. So yeah, please let me know. But like I said, I reckon that I would if I got to meet Dave and I got to spend time with him and his partner. I'd be very honoured. But what I'm saying is, if I ever got like one-on-one time with Dave, I think I'd be actually quite scared. I wouldn't know what to say. You'd be like, hi. And then a few minutes later, I'd be like, hi. And Dave would be sitting there going, oh, excuse me, he'd be like, oh, for fuck's sake, Tammy, say something else. I'm like, yep. I think I'd actually be speechless to meet him. I reckon meeting Dave, if I could be totally honest with all of you, because I don't think Dave's in here at the moment, which is good. I think meeting him would be like meeting a celebrity of sorts, because you think Dave has offered so much to the true crime community, but not just that, he's brought a lot to my life. So I'm very, very appreciative to everything he does do for my bring to my life, I should say. Like, and you know, one moment. But like I said, I just think that in the true crime community, it's very, very difficult to come across people that are legit and there for the right reasons. And I do believe that he's there for that. Karen, can you check your messages, doll, and let me know why? Please, my darling. Sorry, I just had to send a PM. Ah, okay, I get you. So, on a different note, how's everyone's night been? Apart from my melodramatic bullshit from before, and I do apologise for that. Okay, Mama Knows Best. May I ask how you got your name? Apart from the fact that most mums do know best, but how did you come up with your name? How did everybody come up with that? Well, Matt Willis, I'm guessing your name's Matt Willis, and Karen, that's your name. Well, Mama Knows Best. How did you come up with your name? Okay. But yeah, but like I said before, thank you to everyone that's been good to me and allowed me into your ears to listen to me. It's here or whether it's on another channel when I'm covering for someone or not. I appreciate that. Mama knows best. Have you been in here before? Just out of curiosity? Because I don't think I've seen you in here before. I can't remember. Okay, I'll let you ponder over that answer. Um, my next live, on one of my next lives, I should say, I'm thinking I might do a conspiracy of 9/11 and the conspiracies that surround it. So if they're yes, I'm trying really hard. So this is when I wish that Dave could watch something and listen to something at the same time. Because then, hang on a second, I've got a better idea. I know what I'll do. Oops. Yeah, so as I was saying, oh, you want to know something funny? Hang on. Well, I've got 3 kids grown and turned 40 after having a grandkid and was told I was pregnant. Now 45, I've got a little one. Oh, who has autism? I'm sorry. And will be 5 this month. Happy birthday. It's okay, Mama knows best. It's all good. Would you be comfortable if I just called you Mama? Or would you like me to call you by your name? It's entirely up to you. Don't be sorry for typing slow. I type slow sometimes too. It's all good. Um, yeah, so as I was saying, I might be having a few people up here. Oh, okay. We share the same name. How cute. But like I said, I just think that yeah. But like I said, there are I think that it needs to be addressed that, like I said, I'll be discussing the 9/11 because there are so many. I don't quite remember because I don't go into that channel. And please, for what it's worth, please can we now know from this moment on, I have mentioned a few channels, but like I said, it's best to cease and whatever the word is, cease and whatever. Best if the past stays the past and the future is the future. And the only way you can get to the future is moving forward, but you can't get to the future if you keep walking backwards, thinking that you can, correct errors. So, anyway, but like I said, a few of my upcoming lives will be on 9/11. There will be ones on, the Titanic, because there are a lot of people that still think I'm absolutely crazy to think that it was Olympic that sank, not Titanic, because for that, people can have their opinion. It comes down to that I do have a lot of things I would like to, as in other cases, I don't want to just focus on the Chris Watts stuff because as much as this is going to sound horrible to say this, it's something that I need a break from because for me talking about it, I can listen to stuff about it, that's fine. But me talking about it actually is a little bit of a trigger for me at the best of times. But I see it as, oh, okay, Matt, take it easy, sweetie. I'll probably be finishing this up in about 15, 20 minutes, maybe. See how we go. But yeah, I just, like I said, I want to be able to talk about other things other than just the Chris Watts scenario. I want to talk about, like I said, the 9/11 conspiracy, the conspiracy surrounding that it was Olympic that sank, not Titanic. I want to talk about quite a few other conspiracies. I want to be able to welcome back, Dave. I want to be able to talk about, a lot of things. And that's why like I said, with the 9/11 thing I'm going to be talking about, there's so much out there. Like I said, there are so many people who believe it was a controlled demolition. There are people out there who think that it was actually caused by, a plane going into it and then boom. But who knows? That's why I'm going to have an open panel that night and see who would like to talk about that sort of stuff. And if there's people that do, then, and believe you me, there's quite a few people who want to talk about the 9/11 stuff, but there's a few people that don't. So I see it as that if I'm going to have people on panel with me, those people who do want to talk about 9/11 at any point when I'm doing that live, that's fine, but they need to let me know prior, because then that way they can go through the Q&A with me before I let them up and before they get sent before they get sent a link on my channel to be on panel with me. Because at the end of the day, I would say I'd put it in chat, but there could be people out there who are hell-bent on making me... Thanks, Dave. Dave is going to be one of my guests on that night, hopefully. What was I saying? Yeah, I want to have people on my panel that I know that are going to be on panel with me for the right reasons. I don't want people on my panel that are going to say they're there to talk about whatever I'm talking about and then it doesn't happen because they're there to make a scene or they're there to make an issue. Deceased. What? What do you mean, Karen? Desist. Okay. I'm going to let you try and explain that word to me because obviously I'm being a typical idiot and can't pronounce the word. So I'll let you PM what you mean, if that's okay. But the two people, one person I know for sure that will be talking about 9/11 with me would be the one and the only Van. She wants to talk about it with me. So yeah. Thanks, Dave. But yeah, so if you want to join me on one of my upcoming panels, I'll make a mention of what they're going to be when they're coming up, and then if you want to join me. Oh, cease and desist. Yes, that. Thank you. Thanks, Steve. Yeah. So at the end of the day, like I said, I want to be able to focus on what I'm trying to. I love how everyone's explaining to me what it means. Yes, Dave has the kind of Dave has a relaxing voice. He needs to find a way to do relaxation talking. Oh, okay. Maybe I won't talk about 9/11 then. Okay, Mama knows best. I hope you mean that, sweetheart. And I mean that sincerely because when I don't see people in my chats often or at all, and then they're here, I just get a little bit uncomfortable at times. But if you're here and you mean you come in peace, you're welcome to stay. That's fine. Sorry, I'm just very, very cautious these days. Okay, Dave. My dear, dear Dave. Oh, don't worry, Steve. You're still my dear too, but Dave's my online dear. What was I going to say? What isn't dangerous to talk about in the YouTube world? Yeah, there's so much. There is drama on YouTube. There's drama on Facebook. There's drama everywhere you go. But like I said, if you turn on the TV and you're watching a drama TV show, what's the thing you do? You either change the channel, or you walk away, or you turn off your TV. My opinion is, if you want to walk away from the drama, Don't walk back to it because it's everywhere. Oh, thank you, Steve. We're not talking about 9/11 anymore because it's dangerous. Sorry, but no more talking of 9/11 ever, or you'll be removed from my channel unless I talk about it on a panel. Kidding. Yes, I've noticed that. Okay, now I'm sorry if this is putting you in an awkward position when I say this, Dave, and I don't mean to, but I notice that every time you want to talk about Dirty South, you, I don't know, you become unwell, so to speak. Like something happens and it's weird. Okay, so two subjects. I'll try not to talk about 9/11 and I won't talk about Dirty South. Unless you're talking about the dirty South Australian pigs who spit on the road and all those dirty, dirty people. Okay, so I'll try and tell Van that we can't talk about 9/11, but I need to know what can I talk about how Titanic has been mistaken as Olympic? Is that a safe topic? Can someone please tell me that? So I need to know what's safe and what's not. This is bad. It sucks though because you think if it was actually just be Dave, please, I'm begging you, please be safe and please be careful. Agenda 21. Okay, Steve. My dear, dear Steve. Stephen. Steve. I don't know what Agenda 21 is. Okay? You're, in comparison to me, even though you're only 8 years older than me, my dear, dear guy, I don't know what Agenda 21 is. So when you're here next, you can explain it to me. And if I'm not too tired, you wrote Agenda 21 and I'm asking you what it is. When you're here next, providing it's at a decent time, you can tell me all about Agenda 21. But until then, I don't have a effing clue what you're talking about. Sorry, but I don't. Dave, I want you to meet my partner, Steve. Steve, meet Seeking the Truth with Dave. Dave, meet Stephen. Be nice. Steve, please be oh yes, depopulation back in. Okay. Okay. We won't talk about that either because I think that might get my channel striked. So, like I said, Dave might not be in here at the moment, but Dave, meet Stephen. Stephen, meet Dave. Dave, be nice to Stephen. Stephen, you be nice to Dave because Dave's one of my dearest friends off and on the YouTube world. So, if you're ever in here and you're mean to Dave, you will be removed because no one speaks to Dave like shite ever. Because Dave, man, Dave is one of the few people I trust. I know you are, Steve. Calm the fuck down. Anywho, moving on. Thanks, Karen. But like I said, yes, be calm, Steve. I've just been saying earlier today that I'm very protective of Dave. So I'm sorry if you think that me being rude. Hello, Sammy Smith. And thank you. Dave said to come watch, so here I am. Good morning. Morning. Yeah, so long story short of things, like I said, I'm very protective of people at times. No. Steve is my partner, Karen. He's my actual partner. He does, as far as I know, he doesn't go into any other chats. Hang on a sec, that's a good question. Steve, do you go into any other chats? If you go to Armchair Detective, sorry. That's cool. Just, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't have much respect for many other people on other channels these days. Because, yeah, there's a few things that one's come out with that I told him about ages before I even started speaking to Dave. And, yeah, he dismissed it and then he palmed it off as his own. He's really quite good at doing that, I've noticed. Uh, Thank you, Dave. You're a sweetheart. Thank you. But, shit. Okay. I've got to, yeah. All right. Well, if you think people are here to cheer me up, let them cheer me up. I'll just sit here and I'll just read all the comments that make me. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to be that disrespectful. You choose to come in here and I will be nice. Dave, you spelt Sammy wrong, sweetheart. She doesn't have an E at the end of her name. Thanks, Sammy. People coming in to cheer you up, Tammy. Sweetie, Sammy's not spelt with an E on the end. How can you trust him? He spelt your name wrong. I'm joking. I am joking. Okay. What was I saying? Okay, who's got a joke? Anyone at all? Any joke, it would be fun. Okay. No swearing in my chat, Dave, or abbreviating swearing. Naughty, naughty. But no, like I said, I just think that yeah, I don't know what I was going to say now. but Dave, here's the thing, my darling friend. You even sometimes spell my name wrong anyway. Even with a what you spell it sometimes with a Y. So oh, apparently, Dave, did you read the pinned comment from Karen? That didn't I did not swear. I think Dave's drinking. Swear. Flip's sake. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sammy. That means thank you. I try and be funny because I see it as if anyone in chat gets upset about what Dave's talking about and it could trigger them at any point. I do my best to make sure that they can look back on it and laugh. But okay, providing Dave's not listening to this, we've got to try and let me call NK camel tits on his show, but he won't let me. He won't let me say camel tits. It's really unfair. Oh no. Okay. I've got to put my phone on charge. But I don't hang on, I know what I'll do. Take my phone. Hang on. All right. You guys talk amongst yourselves for a few moments in chat and I'll be back. Hopefully this works, people. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to start crying. We don't want that. The way those things are going, these. On my. Oh, just Jim. May I? The giraffe said, "May I get a tall beer?" Okay. Thank you all for coming in here. Even though you've been told to by Dave, it means a lot that you're here. And the people that are here because they want to be means a lot. What red button is that, may I ask? Lou? Hi, Craig B. No, I did not hear about the Italian chef who died. What red button, Lou? Lou? What red button? You're confusing me, man. Don't confuse the blonde. He passed away. Oh, my Craig. Terrible. Oh, thank you. Yes, please subscribe to my channel. I think if I hang on, can someone please tell me how many subscribers I've got? Because the last time I checked, I was 12 away from hitting 400. And that's pretty freaking impressive considering I've only had this YouTube channel for a little while. Oh, thank you, Sammy. But no, okay. I want to think. But like I said, I think that when I'm on my channel, like I said, I can call NK whatever I want, but like I said, I can't on Dave's channel, which is really unfair. Hang on, is there Jim in here? Jim! Oh, yeah, just Jim, duh. Hello, just Jim. And welcome to my channel, all 17 of you. Ooh, this is freaking me out, man. Yes, thank you all for being so respectful in chat. I do appreciate it. Thank you. I might have little moments where I go quiet, and I do apologise for that. Just Jim, thank you, Dave. Oh, come on, guys. I've only got like 15 more to get, and I've reached 1,500. I'm not fucking good. 400. I only need, yeah, but see, I'll never catch up to Dave though. Hang on, what Craig? Craig, that's yeah. I have to tell that joke to someone, but the thing is, the person I probably want to tell, I can't because he's in here. Oh, blue skies, love, peace to all. Hey, that's a really wow. That's a long name. I'm glad I'm up here on panel and not being rude when I see you in. Yeah. Oh, listen to Dave. He's been going for about 9 months, and listen to this. I only have 5,720. Blow at your ass, Dave. You have more than me by quite a lot by the looks of things. So thanks for letting me. And what do you mean you only have? That's heaps, considering you've been going for what, 9 months or thereabouts? Or I've been on your channel. Okay, the first live I ever appeared on with Dave, it was really funny. He had a headset and it had like the microphone in the headset. And every so often when he would touch the microphone on the headpiece, it would go, and it was funny. And then when he would come back on, like he would disappear for a bit, and then he would come back and he would have a different color shirt on, which was funny in itself. But here's the thing, his left hand, right hand girl would say, the thing that's really funny though is that he would go, I think it was LFT that said it. She goes, Dave, you have 85 people in chat. And he's all like, oh, that's the most I've ever had. And you now look at you, Dave, you get fucking 200 and see you, Steve. Have fun at work. Yeah, you get over 150, 200, 300 people per chat. But just how excited you were that day when I was on there with you the very first time. You were so excited that you had 85 people in there. Hang on, I know, Dave, and I laugh when you do because I work midnight shifts. Oh, 12 to 8. Ooh. Wow. See, that's the kind of shift I could do because I don't sleep well at night. So Um, hmm? No, I found you. Huh? Oh, Dave's probably gone back to watch his golf. So, golf. I know he used to be a caddy, but fuck, that sport bores me. Just like I know people, I don't have anything against anyone who likes sports, but it's the same with tennis. And it's like watching a ball go this side of the court. Oh, hang on a sec, is he going to hit? Nah, he missed it. Oh, hang on, now he's got this racket thing, and he's going to hit it across this net. If he hits the net, he loses a point. I'm guessing, or he doesn't get the point. The opposition does. And then if he hits it over the net, that's great. Wow, Dave, I'm very, very proud of you, sweetheart. 450 in one chat, and yet, like I said before, you were like 84 people. Woo. And then you look at how many you get now. Yeah, I'll have to watch the rest when I go off to sleep. But just promise me after the 45-minute mark, you actually get to say something. Because unless you're interrupting Kimberly, I'm sorry, but her voice is nothing against people with her voice or anything like that. It's just the fact that when I'm listening, like I've got actually a playlist I listen to as I go off to sleep. Like Dave's 12-hour live, I sometimes listen to that as I go off to sleep. But the thing is, though, as much as it sounds bad, I've removed that 12-hour one from my playlist, and I've actually created the last few ones because no one's on panel with him, myself included. And the thing is, that's good though, is that I get just to listen to Dave, and I get to digest the information or register the information a bit more. Yes, cricket. Oh, look, a man's going to run and he's going to throw a ball. That piece of wood you got in front of you, you've got to make sure you avoid getting hit by that flying ball and hit it. And then after you hit it with all your strength, then you've got to run. And then you've got to run back to where you were, but then run again. And then if you don't end up at the other end, it means you've got to hit the freaking flying ball again. That doesn't, no. Cricket, football, I've got a piece of leather in my hand. I'm going to say pigskin then. A piece of leather in my hand, and I've got to try and stop these other bastards from tackling me because I've got to hit it between these two sticks. And it's boring. Oh, I know you're joking, Dave, but seriously, my dad used to watch golf. He would sit me down and he goes, Bobby girl, watch how this guy hits this ball off this wooden stick thing that they call a tee. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you can imagine 4 a.m. nearly some mornings, waking up and watching golf with my dad. And then I used to be my dad's caddy. So basically, I'd have not carry his golf bag around. He had a trolley thingy, green, the flat part, which is the green, and then where the flag sticks out of the hole. And when you watch it on the TV, when they walk up to it, they're teeing up their ball, and the ball's like gliding through and getting towards the hole, they pull the flag out of the fucking hole. All right. I did that once to my dad, and my dad belted me for it. So I'm sorry. No, I will say I admire the people who can watch those two sports and find them interesting. But I find them as boring as watching paint dry in the dark with Stevie Wonder and you're trying to explain it to him. You kind of can't do that. So I apologize. Oh, thank you, Blue Skies. That's very sweet. But I'm serious though. Like, at the age of 12, sitting down with my dad while he's, drinking and slurring away, trying to actually find something in common with my dad. And I thought golf might be it. No, 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 no. I would let you. I would go like if Dave ever comes to Adelaide, right, and he wants to go golfing, I'll be glad to go with him, and I will be glad to be bored out of my brain for 17 holes or however many holes it is. But the thing is, though, it would be fun because I'd actually be able to interact with Dave, unless he's, about to hit the ball or he's lining up to get I nearly said a goal in one, a par, or if he's about to hit the ball and he gets a birdie and all that sort of shit. I used to always think that if it was a birdie, you actually hit a bird. Well, you're always welcome in here, Dave. You know that. But no, that's what I used to always think. My dad goes, "Oh, I got 3 birdies today." And I'm like, "You mean you hit 3 birds?" And I'd actually start crying. He goes, "No, no, 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 no. It's just a golf term." And then every time I'd have him try and explain it to me, I used to always just think a golf ball going flying through the air really, really fast and hitting a bird and knocking it out of its nest and killing it. No, no, I'll take you to North Adelaide. You'll have to drive because I don't drive. I'll take you to North Adelaide. I'll take you to Mount Barker. I don't think your missus will approve of you being alone in a car with me, but hey, she's welcome too. If she plays golf, if she doesn't, then we can just sit under trees and we can just throw sticks. It's all good. I reckon to see. Okay, I'm not just saying this because he's in the room again, but I reckon that if I was to take Dave to the North Adelaide golf course, and I'd actually find it interesting to be able to watch. How can I put this? A sober man playing golf. For me. It would be like, whoa. You mean sober sober men can actually play golf? Thanks, Karen. And I was like, whew, this is like, yeah, but I didn't know you 3 years ago either, though, Dave, so that doesn't count. But no, I'm serious. My dad, right now, I'm going to probably get into trouble with this if my mum ever happens to come across this video. My dad used to play golf quite often, and in all honesty, I found it fucking boring because it'd be like if he was in a bad mood, it was very, very, very tense on the golf course with my dad. All right. Yes, I would love to take him to the wine region, but the thing is, because I don't drink and I don't drive, how I know I'm not being disrespectful in any way, shape, or form when I say this. I can see it now. Here, Deb, here's fine. Personally, I've never been to the Barossa Valley. Yeah, I only live about half an hour to 45 minutes away from it, I think, give or take. But like I said, I don't think it would go down very well if I had to ring Deb and say, Deb, Dave's had too much to drink and I don't drive. So I'm sorry, but it looks like that we may have to, separate rooms, obviously. So we might have to stay here for a night. Before I even had a chance to finish that sentence, I guarantee she'd be there. Oh, I don't think it would go down very well if I got Dave drunk. Yeah. I'm serious though. I don't think it would go. I'm sorry, Dave, but I don't think it would go down very well if I got Dave drunk. I don't. I'm just saying. I don't think it would go down very well with anybody. Sorry, Dave. Yes, mind you, seeing a drunk Dave, that would actually be quite funny. But I'd make sure that he was clear of all negativity and all anything that was upsetting him. I'd say, right, we're going to the Barossa tomorrow. I want you tonight to go into the middle of the beach, scream out every painful emotion you feel, and then when we go to the Barossa tomorrow, you won't be an emotional drunk. You'll be a happy, happy go, yeah, 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 drunk. Be good. Yeah, I'd love that. But the thing is, though, I'd be concerned about how I'd get home if they both got drunk. Oh shit! I'm sorry, but that'd be funny. No, yeah, I don't think getting drunk's a good idea ever under any circumstances. But yeah, seeing drunken loony Dave. Yes, I think that would be actually quite funny. Barton talking about young days getting drunk, falling into bushes today. I cracked up. Yes. How, yeah, it would be embarrassing, especially if he turns to the bush and goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't see you there." And he's like, "Why aren't you responding?" And he finds out later it's a bush. I've done that. I've actually apologised to a tree for walking into it when I was drunk once. That was fun. Yes. I'm good. How about sneaky drunk and loony Dave? That's a better one than that. I'm only joking. But no, if I was, like I said, if I was ever fortunate enough to meet Dave, I reckon that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, definitely. Well, he's got friends that live close, not close, but close enough that if he ever is here in Adelaide again, I hope he does decide to catch up with and meet his number one fan, regardless of who's been the number one supporter since day one. I've been a supporter and loyal supporter since day one. But you see, hang on, I used to find it really comfy spots on the pavement outside pubs in my younger days. Oh, I'm sorry, Dave, but there's no such thing as comfy pavement, my darling. I've got to highlight that. That's classic. That's actually me. Oh, yes. Well, I'm near northeastern suburbs. I reckon that's the best way for me to say that without giving too much away. Yeah, I can see it now. Dave in his younger days with his mullet and his Bon Jovi fucking tank top and his stonewashed jeans and his tennis shoes, looking shoe thingies, curled up in a little ball outside of a pub. And people go, "What are you doing?" And like, "I'm waiting to go in for tomorrow night, man. I need to find front row seats." Uh, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to imagine what would have happened if I ever happened to, not that Dave was ever probably drunk like that here in Adelaide, but what would have, my reaction would have been. Oh, Karen, you're a Crow supporter. Sorry, each to their own. I used to follow Hawthorn because it got me trips to. Welcome back, Matt. I plugged in my phone. But no, okay. Dave, dang on, I just woke up. Wake up with chili in my hair. Oh my god. Oh no. Hey Dave, how old were you when you finally decided to give up the mullet? No, I'm definitely not a supporter. No, no, no. I hate the Crows. Sorry, hate's a strong word. I dislike the Crows. When I lived at home, I had no choice but to follow them. But now that I'm older and somewhat, not much wiser, but a fair bit wiser than I was when I was younger, obviously, um, I had to follow the Crows because I lived at home with my parents. And if you didn't follow the Crows, then you couldn't basically, my dad wouldn't talk to you. It's like, yeah, maturity at its finest, Dad, I see. Um, but yeah, like I said, I don't necessarily say follow a team anymore though. Oh yes, for those who don't know, Dave is apparently an armed robber because oh, go Para, Port Adelaide. Okay, Dave, what was that troll's name that said that you were an armed robber? That's a good question. What team do you go for in the AFL if you had to, Dave? Or if you do? Sorry. Do you follow AFL, Dave? Okay, we'll continue. Yeah, how old were you when you got rid of your mullet, though? You know what's really weird, though? On Dave's channel, he's shown a picture of what he looked like younger, and it's just like, definitely better with age. Brisbane Lions? Cool, good to know. Thank you. Yes, apparently Dave was an armed robber. Yes, because, this particular individual that said she looked up all his history, I'm like, yeah, good luck to that, love. Took me nearly 8 months to figure out when his birthday was. So how the hell do you find out all that information, you crazy weirdo? Okay, Dave, one more time for the people at the back. How old were you when you get 18? Is that when you cut it all off? I'm saying I'm talking about his hair for those who are just joining. I'm trying to figure out how old Dave was when he cut his mullet off. I didn't know there was a team called the Brisbane Bears, but I guess that's rugby. Have you ever been to a football match here, Dave? When I say here, I mean in Adelaide. I'm thinking of getting a new tattoo, and it's going to say winner, and it's going to be tattooed on my forehead. What do you guys reckon? Kidding. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Did you know that, Dave? That they used to be called the Brisbane Bears before they became the Brisbane Lions? Well, if you're ever here in footy season, would you like to go see a match and see how Adelaide people cheer like wankers? But I don't think you're allowed to drink at your seat. You have to drink at the bar. That might be a good thing for you. You walk up sober, come back. Oh, all right. Well, if you ever hear, yeah, okay. I'll see if you want to see a footy match when you're here ever in footy season, I'll take you to Adelaide Oval. You and Deb. Got to make sure I include Deb because I don't want to ever feel like I'm leaving her out of anything. Yes. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Something about AFL I did not know. Thank fuck for that. Yes, the people in Adelaide are quite hateful if their team loses. Like I used to follow Hawthorn because of Buddy Franklin. Used to think he was, pretty all right. And then he moved to the Sydney Swans. It was like, see ya. And yeah, I used to get taken to Melbourne a fair bit for footy once upon a time. But one place I would like to, sorry, excuse me, not because Dave's there, not because of any other reason, but I would love to go to Sydney and Queensland. I'm 39 years old and I've only ever been to Melbourne. How sad is that? If you want the answer to that, pretty sad. When were you last in Adelaide, Dave? Was that when you were like 3 years ago when you played at Grange, or was that have you been here since? Yes. Oh, well, there you go. Now that I know that Dave doesn't talk much in today's show. 3 years ago? Okay. I'm not big people because when people go, why would you like when people go, do you ever recommend people to travel to Adelaide? I'm like, no. Why not? Because there's nothing here to see. You go to Sydney, you can see the Opera House, you can see the bridge, You go to Melbourne, you've got the amusement park thingy there. I can't remember offhand what it's called. And then if you go to Queensland, you've got like the SeaWorld, Dreamworld, Movie World, and I think that's the three of them. I don't know if there's others. If there is, I apologise for not mentioning them. But you come to Adelaide. What's there to see in Adelaide? Oh, yes, there is a lot to see in Adelaide. There's me. Wow, that's a tourist attraction. Big no-no. Reasons to not travel to Adelaide. Tammy Wells lives there. All right, we'll just go to Perth and be 3.5 hours behind everybody. Yeah, we have the Barossa, but like people that don't drink probably find the Barossa boring. Oh, yes, we have bikies, yes. But I don't think people are going to want to spend money to come to Adelaide to see bikies, Karen. Come to Adelaide. Stay for a day. It'll feel like a month. No, but like I said, I would love to travel to Sydney. I'd love to travel to Queensland, not because I've got people that I want to meet in both states, it's because it'll be much better than here. But the thing is that I worry about is that if I ever go to either place, excuse me, I won't want to leave. I was checking before COVID hit, and I was looking at how much accommodation is in Queensland, and oh my God, not cheap. And I can guarantee once this COVID hopefully leaves Australia and goes elsewhere or just disappears completely, the prices will go up on everything. Because you think about it, they're going to say, oh, stay in the COVID hotel and, or take a tour of this. Yeah, that's in Sydney, honey. You do that in Sydney. Ivan Milat killed a lot of people, more than they found in the Balangaloo forest. A friend of mine the other week, she goes, oh, I want to go camping. And I'm like, cool. And because I have a bit of an issue with her at times. She goes, oh, where do you recommend? I said, Balangaloo forest. No one will hear you scream. It's amazing. Who did they bury here and didn't get caught? So all the people with the Snowtown thing were all found. Oh, yeah, true. The Beaumonts haven't been found. Rihanna Barreau hasn't been found. A lot of people that have been killed haven't been found. There you go. We have something in common with Colorado. You can kill someone and get away with it. Nah. If anyone ever does come to Adelaide and they want to look me up, they can just message me and go, hey, I'm in Adelaide. Oh, yeah, whereabouts? Oh, here. I'm like, But no, like I said before, if I ever got to meet Dave, I reckon that'd be pretty cool. But I don't think Dave would want to meet me, though. I think I'd scare him too much. Wouldn't I, Dave? Go to Port Augusta. Yeah, you could go. It's Port Augusta. But yeah, you could go there. That's too far away from me. But yeah. Dave, are you still in here, my dear? I want to know if you ever came to Adelaide again, would you want to meet me? If he doesn't reply, there's my answer. And I fully respect it. Won't like it, but I respect it. Yes. It's funny about what was it? When I had my knee injury, my doctor turns to me and goes, oh, you can do swimming and that will help you. Oh, thank you, Dave. And it's like, you can swim. I'm like, no. He goes, well, no, it's because I can't freaking swim. And when I told him that, and I told one of my a friend of mine that, she goes, oh, cool, that means I can throw you in the pool and you'll drown and then I won't have to worry about it. I'll just take all your money. I'm like, oh, you're such I said, that should be on a Hallmark card, If you had to estimate, when do you think you would be in Adelaide, Dave? If COVID wasn't a problem, when would you want to travel to Adelaide? Try and aim for the 5th of June next year. I don't know why that's a good date, but it really is. F knows. Okay. See, I think, like, I don't know, there's a few people through this life of YouTube that I would love to meet. But the thing is, would they want to meet me? But no, like I said, if I ever got to meet Dave, I reckon that would be. Oh, you're going to Colorado next year? Mm. Hey, Prairie Boy. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. Haven't been here since my birthday, I don't think, but welcoming back. But yeah, I think that, okay, Dave, in Colorado, where would you want to go? Because if, like, let's just say you want to go to Colorado next year, that sounds great. But what happens between, say, now and then they bulldoze the what zone? What would you want to see? You mean Colorado? Oh, far out. Who needs to waste power on electricity watching a DVD to make me laugh? I'll just come in here and get a few things to get people to do. I'm going to go and practice my freedom of speech skills at DA. Oh, okay. We're going to start a GoFundMe page starting now for Dave's bail money, guys. Okay. So if you know my PayPal details, let me know and we'll start collecting donations so that way Dave will actually have money for bail. Now, you've got to remember, Australian dollars is worth more than American dollars, I think. So everyone tread carefully. Okay. So when Dave says that he's planning his holiday, we've got to try and bribe him to tell us what time. Dave, I'm being sarcastic. But no, how you gonna if you go to DA Rourke and start doing freedom of speech thing, you might be arrested then. I don't think you're gonna have enough money to get out. And then you might be in a jail and how are we gonna ever hear how your holiday went? Holiday. Dave, how's your holiday? Well, I'm now like 75 years old. I'm fantastic. And Dave, I was joking. Hey sunshine, how you doing? I can see it now. Dave goes to Colorado and he gets arrested. Oh my god. I hope that's not the case. But and Dave, you do know I'm joking, right? Dave. Hello. Oh, he knows I'm joking. No, but like I said, I'd like to go traveling, but with this fucking COVID, it's like it's impossible to even walk down the street these days. I can call DA Rourke for a FNC and they can't arrest me. I love the American laws. Oh, okay. Okay, Dave, I'm going to be annoying now. Would you please be able to explain? Oh, night, Karen. Sleep well, sweetheart. Matt, trigger finger broken. Um, what was I going to say? Yeah, what does um F and C mean? Because my mind's really going in an area I don't want to go. Hello, Cheryl Stone. How you going, sweetheart? Welcome. Like I said, F and C. Um, hmm, I won't say fact and check, but that's not what I'm actually thinking. So you might want to explain what F and C is, because that would be interesting to see if you can explain that. How's the golf going though, Dave? um. Oh, you can. Okay, you know what? You can swear, Dave. It's okay. uh. Okay. Okay. Hang on. Chat's going a little bit too. Oh, thank you all for being in here. I really do appreciate all of you that are in here, whether you're typing or you're lurking in the background. Either way, I do. KFNC, yes. Dave, what would you do if you came up? Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on a second, guys. One moment. How do this is really bad. I don't know how to. Hang on. One moment, guys. All right. Okay. Let's see how we go with this. I sent it. I'm going to be joined by my hero in the crime community. Yeah. Just got to remember how to fucking do this. Oh, well, welcome. First time, is it for you, Sunshine? I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Every single person that's in here, I appreciate the support that you're all showing me. It means so much to me, and I'm sorry for my little moment in the beginning of the chat. Thank you for sticking around. And did it get sent through? Yes, it did. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to... This is so weird. I'm used to being on Dave's panel, but within a few mere moments, Dave is going to be on mine. Okay, I've got to give him 5. That's cool. All good, Dave. Relax. Okay. Just so everybody knows, there are times when I have people on my panel that I absolutely adore and appreciate and admire, and I want them all to understand that the only rule I have is the fact that you respect me, you respect people in chat, and Dave already does that, so he doesn't need to know the rules and the terms and the conditions and all that sort of bullshit. It's all good. Oh, thank you for being here, though, Sunshine. Are you Sunshine Sue or something? That one or not? Sorry, I just see people in here with names that sound like Super Sunshine Sue. Is that you or not? I don't know. But your profile picture, from what I can see for that tiny little picture, that is a beautiful, beautiful picture. I love pictures of sunsets. It's so relaxing and so nice. Oh, hi, Sugar Beet. Sorry, I didn't know you were in here. I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah, one of my ones that always puts people back in their place, Sugar Beet. Oh, have mercy. But yes, it's all good. I'm glad that you're all here. I love that. Hey, Sugar Beet, I see you too. In the eyes. Wouldn't it be cool if those eyes like moved? Like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? That'd be cool. Dave's putting on his PJs, guys. I don't fucking know what he's doing. But no, I appreciate everyone that is in here. Whether you're, like I said, whether you're typing in chat or you're just lurking, I appreciate you being here. Hello to the lurkers. Hello. Hi. Ah, it's funny. You're welcome. It was on Dave's channel. I heard about you. Oh, that's really cool. No, just Sunshine. I got in a few chats, had a photo where we holiday. That picture, I'm sorry, but I find that picture absolutely beautiful. See, sunsets, I don't know why. Like I wanted, like where I'm currently living, I'm not allowed to put up pictures of the, well, been here for 15 years, so it's only a matter of time before they say it's okay. I want to get a picture of a sunset, but where I can put it in my bedroom now, it won't actually go because it's again, I don't know what I can put on brick wall to actually hold a picture. Making himself a hot milk. Wouldn't surprise me. With a splash of brandy, a little shot of this, a shot of that, just so you can put up with me. Okay, here he comes. Where is? Oh, okay, there he is. He's looking all serious backstage, adjusting his headphones like he does. Hello.
Can you? I'm all right. How are you?
I'm better now that I got all that out of my system. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. I just want to know, can you, down the bottom of your little StreamYard screen, it'll actually have a single person, then it'll have a double person next to it. Can you click on the third double person? one along?
There's no other third person. It's just you and me.
No, down the bottom of your screen, just like I was going to come into your stream just then, like I'm in the show, down the bottom, down there.
Oh, it says invite guest.
No. Above that, you'll see a little thing where you can go and put me on widescreen.
I might be under more. I can put you. It says post comment layout, private chat, broadcast info settings, and cancel. I don't have that on this.
Phone. You're on a phone.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. No worries. I'm not in widescreen. All right. So you can't see all the basement.
I can step down and you can do that, and I'll pop into chat.
No. It's your show. No, not going to happen.
Okay.
Give me a second. I'll see if I can make it a better picture so I don't look like a big fatty boom boom. There you go. I'll get a colour from Robbie. Righto. There we go. Righto. Welcome to Colorado. As I said, I was going to Colorado next year, but I actually got here this year. I'm just sitting opposite the Watts house. Yeah, I'm just waiting for NA to drive around the corner and drop Shanann off. I'm gonna see if I can find out if it was that night or if it was a different night.
Yeah, I don't think it was that night because she didn't even look pregnant when she was walking up the stairs. But then you see pictures of her when you see her, she's holding onto her stomach. You can see she's pregnant. But as she's walking up the driveway that night, I don't think she looked pregnant at all.
Yeah, and the house across the street that had all the lights on doesn't make sense for 10 to 2 in the morning on a Sunday night into Monday morning.
Was it a house or was it a factory?
Yeah, I know. It was a house that was lit up like a bloody Christmas tree. All right. Now, I want to explain to you about freedom of speech laws in America and the police force. You can actually legally abuse the police. And Red X Crime Files will probably pop up in chat in a minute too. Yeah, you can actually abuse the police. You can actually call them whatever you want. You can stand there for 5 minutes and just say, call them an F and C, call them this, call them that, call them whatever you like. They actually can't arrest you.
Hi, Penny.
But they then try to pin disturbance of the peace on you, which is a very, very minor misdemeanor. It's a fine. So the worst thing that could ever happen is I get fined for saying what I think of D.A. Rourke to his face, which would be unbelievable because the guy's a piece of shit. There's no other words to describe.
Well, there is actually
Attorney Michael Rourke. Oh, well, there isn't. He is just the scum of the earth.
Dumbass dork.
Yeah.
I've said that all along. Oh. Sugar beet. I smelled dork's fingers all over that footage. Okay, yeah, I don't know what you've written, Yukio, because it's in a different language. Don't help me.
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
There's a thing called block.
Okay.
And then the problem will be solved.
I timed them out, but I forgot.
Timed them out. If they don't come in and speak in English next time, you then block them forever. It's pretty simple.
Sounds good.
All right.
Just so you know, Yukio, you have like 5 minutes to contemplate whether you're going to speak English or you're going to speak in your language. You're going to speak in your language. It's nothing against it. But when you're in my chat, please try and speak English. And if you can't, then please leave. Go.
Yeah, so...
Nicest way to put
it. Yeah, there's some very, 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 very corrupt officials in Weld County, extremely corrupt, and there's actually a documentary was actually done on them, which I've actually had on my channel one night. It's on Unjustified's channel. She actually did a live talking about the actual corruption of all the Weld County law enforcement. It is disgusting, everybody. I need to tell you. But all these small counties across the United States are all the same. Corruption starts at the top and works its way down. So you'll always find The DA, who is an elected official, wants to keep his seat. So all he does is does everything he can for the popular decision. Okay, so the popular decision in this case in particular was to get Chris Watts found guilty as soon as possible. Yep. That was the popular decision amongst law enforcement. So they went and did exactly what they wanted to do to get that plea agreement done. But the sad thing about it was DA Rourke actually walked into Chris Watts' cell. The district attorney went into Chris's cell and said, we are putting you to death if you do not plead guilty.
That would have scared the crap out of Chris. Like, I've got not much respect for him.
They are the words that we used. All right. So
it was not a case of we're going to try and get the death penalty. No, we're putting you to death.
That's disgusting. I think that here's a question for you that might sound really stupid. When you say you can abuse them for 5 minutes, is that like 5 minutes altogether? So if you're there,
no. What I'm saying is, if it was ongoing, if it was 20 minutes to half an hour, you're just yelling abuse at the police, they'll charge you with disturbance of the peace. Okay.
Yeah, you can go back there every day that you're there, and you can just verbally abuse him for 5 minutes. Have Deb have a stopwatch, and then when it's getting close to the 10-second mark, you can go. That's all I've got to say about that today. See you tomorrow, Mopen.
That's right. That's right. And the other thing is, I'm going to go to this house that's behind me with a whippersnipper.
What if by then?
I'm going to go to the house that's behind me right now with a whippersnipper. All right. I'm going to tidy up the front yard. All right. So, and the worst thing they can actually do is tell you to get off the property. You are trespassing. They can't actually, it's pretty hard for them to actually charge you with trespassing until they've actually told you to leave the property. So you can actually walk around the property. I'd go right to the Minnie Mouse window and I'd go and see if it opened. That'd be the first thing I'd do.
Yep.
I'll cover the entire property before anyone rocks up to get rid of me. That's one thing's for certain.
There's a question for you, Dave. Sunshine just asked you.
Well, one of them left. There's a few of them that have left because of the case. Detective Baumhover's got PTSD. He's actually on sickness benefits. Has been since the end of the case, and he was actually had started sickness benefits pretty much when he went to Wisconsin to interview Chris along with Tammy Lee and Coda. Yeah. When they actually went to Wisconsin to interview Chris in February 2019. He actually went there because he was the official lead investigator. But all he ended up doing in the end was doing as he was bloody told. Because he was the one actually truly investigating the case. And
yeah, he's the one that got the bathroom door unlocked.
Yes, he's the one that got the bathroom door unlocked. A house where there's supposedly people missing from. And Detective Baumhover says, "What's in here?" He says, "Oh, I don't know. It's been locked since we got here."
And like I said to you at one stage, what a dumbass does that? Like, come on, dude. Snap out of your little rose-tinted glasses hypnosis thing you've got going and realise when there was a door that was locked, and I'm sorry to bring up a different case in this, when there was the John Bonet case, like I even said to you, look what they did there. They didn't go to the door at the basement, because it was locked. You dumbasses. You could have found the murderer behind that door. Why didn't you do this here? Oh, my gosh. I still think he got the key out of the car.
Welcome to Colorado. Right, so... that's always been my theory, was he got the key out of the car. They should have opened the door, Sunshine. That's the bloody absolutely right. Now, the thing is yes, Penny, definitely. The kids' bathroom in the office was a red flag. It was an hour and a half. It was actually an hour and 30 minutes after Coonrod got there. I'll tell you right now, in 2018, he was known as Officer Coonrod. Because of that stellar job he did with the Watts case, where he actually let that bathroom door stay locked for an hour and a half whilst there was a missing family. He's been promoted to sergeant.
So
Yeah, because that's what they do in
the beautiful thing about Colorado is you actually do the worst job possible and you get promoted. So I reckon, everyone should go to Colorado, right, and get a job and do an horrendous job, and you'll keep getting promoted, because that's what happens. That's what happened to Frederick Police Department.
Oh, I couldn't have said it better myself. Now, here's a question I wanted to ask you, but I haven't been able to ask you for a while. If this case was to happen, say, in Australia, what do you think the outcome would have been? Do you think that the Australians here, would have done a better job at? If you need to send anyone that link to pop up here with us, feel free to. Do you think they would have? Hi, Elizabeth. Welcome. Do you think we would have done Do you think we would have done a better job at investigating it? Like, with them going in without, I hate that word, like.
Blind Freddy could have done a better job. Seriously, a guy could have been deaf, dumb, and blind, okay, and actually investigated this case better. And exactly. I'm serious. Okay, because this was absolutely disgusting. As we all know, Chris Watts was arrested at 11:02 p.m. on Wednesday, the 15th of August, 2018. And at midnight on the 15th of August, 2018, the house was shut down as a crime scene by District Attorney D.A. Rourke. Those are the facts of the case, everybody. Chris has just admitted to killing Shanann in a fit of rage after she killed the children. Those were the alleged events that actually occurred on the morning of the 13th of August. And the house itself was shut down as a crime scene 58 minutes after Chris Watts was arrested. Now, you tell me there is no corruption in this case. How the hell did they not have forensics going through that house with a fine-tooth comb, collecting fibers, collecting fingerprints from absolutely every portion of the house, and they would have got half of Weld County's police force's fingerprints as well, especially on the Lexus, because the police that were there Monday and Tuesday were opening that car up constantly without gloves on, and it was absolutely disgusting. Then you had Jane the Pain with her dog rummaging through shit like she was the actual dog, searching for things when, like there could have been anything under all of that shit in the wardrobe that she was rummaging through, and that's the dog's job. Sorry, Jane, you're not out in the woods. All right, you're in a house. Yes, you're a search and rescue person. You're not a forensic dog handler. I'm sorry, that's not how it works.
Exactly. I reckon it's like, this is, in my opinion, from the moment they were called there and they said, and NA had mentioned to them that she was not answering the phone, not returning text messages, and not answering the door when they were knocking. The moment that happened, and while they were outside waiting for that minute and 18 seconds for Chris to come to the door, they should have donned on gloves, because no matter what anyone in the community says, I personally think that if someone's not answering the door, and they said they were zeroing in on Chris, because when they interviewed NA, you played the interview the other day, saying about how, oh, well, it's only a missing persons, but we're zeroing in, like, we're focused on Chris. If that was the case and you were focusing on Chris, even from that first moment you got there and he got home, and I'm going to swear because it's my channel, where the fuck were your gloves? Where were your protective footwear to cover your shoes so you didn't trace through and most probably pick up any kind of evidence that could have been in the carpet that time? Where were your protective hat to cover any hair in case anyone was losing their hair or hair falling out wouldn't get mistaken for somebody else's? They should have been wearing gloves, hairnet or whatever, and the stuff that covers the soles of people's shoes so you're not tampering with any potential evidence of other people's footwear. The fact they didn't wear any of that from the moment I saw that.
The other thing that really, 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 really pissed me off. Okay, now
Dave's getting all these swears out now. What's that?
Righto. Turn on the lights and open the fucking curtains if you're looking for stuff. Oh, sorry. You're in the actual bedroom. It's dark. So let's bring out the torches. Seriously, like, let's waste the batteries. Like, it's the middle of the day. I'm sorry. open the bloody blinds, turn on the lights, and look around. You don't have to walk around with a fucking torch looking and looking. I'm serious. It's a fucking, oh my goodness gracious. I think that was like a movie or something. It wasn't a movie. It was actually real life. You actually can open the blinds.
Exactly.
Oh.
And the thing, now, when you see that before Chris gets stopped, before he goes into the room, when he gets that message to go in the room to retrieve the ring, supposedly, I believe that someone was behind the curtain that's directly behind the bed, because with the fan being like blowing like it was, which should have been turned off, in my opinion, what happened is that you see the curtain is blowing outwards, like towards the room. Now, I've been in places where there's a ceiling fan on and the curtain then blows towards the window. So it doesn't blow out, it blows towards the window. So how is it that morning or that afternoon when they did the inspection, you look at it and it's the curtain's coming outwards, like someone's pushing it out from the window. The windows weren't open in the main master bedroom. There was someone behind the curtain, and you could actually see someone standing. Well, I can see someone standing there. Then when Chris goes in there, and then they go do the investigating, that person behind there disappears, and then the curtain starts blowing like outwards. But it was blowing away from where the fan was blowing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, just hang on a second. Chris Watts, what are we calling it?
And for anyone in chat,
welfare check,
well
right?
done.
So this is the one, right? And I'm using
hang on a sec.
Yes.
Just so everybody in chat knows, if you're offended by Dave swearing, don't be. He was on his own live today and he couldn't swear, so he's getting all his swears out now.
Okay.
If he's pissed off about something, so don't be offended by any of his swearing. It's just he needs to be able to let it out, and he's fine.
Okay, everybody, you're about to see, Tabby. You're about to see. You're about to see another one of me appear down the bottom on your screen.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, you'll see that. Click on that, please, and bring it up onto the screen, if you don't mind.
I don't know how to do that. Oh, yep.
Just, right, bring up the other one of me.
Yep, done.
Okay.
So this is why it's good to have Dave on my team.
Thanks for having Stay Informed. Righto. So what we actually have is Chris has just walked out with the ring. All right, and this is the pit where he's just gone in there. He put his phone on the bench as he walked in. All right, and he's just brought out the ring. But let's go and let's have a look at righto. Open the blinds.
Exactly.
Seriously, turn on the light and open the blinds. Why? Why, to goodness gracious me, is he in there in a room in darkness? Open the curtains.
Did he get the memo that you're not supposed to expose gremlins to sunlight? And in case NK was in there?
Matt, you're very right. And sometimes with this case, it actually makes you think. That makes you wonder, Matt. You know, that is think for yourself, Megan's theory right. Like, seriously, open the blinds. Hi, Scorpion Lady. It's the middle of the day.
Oh, hi, Scorpion Lady. Exactly. Like, what, this is what I mean. Like, a torch could only, they're dickheads.
It's unbelievable.
Did you notice that what NA just did with her hand when he went to go touch the phone with her? She's like, get away from me. Ugh.
Yeah, I know.
Like, and look at the way Nick's looking at him like, you're a bastard. I know what you don't know. And he just turned off the light there too. And I still
Yeah.
think it's quite disgusting that they allowed a little girl to wander around that house or play in the girls' room.
Oh,
What
yeah,
happens if there's a
it
weapon
is
in there?
disgusting, everyone. It is.
Sorry if I'm being out of line
Right.
by saying that, but by doing that, what happens if she went to one of the girls' toy boxes and there was
This
potentially
is
there was something in there?
yeah. This is the bit of it I find.
Is there anything we can call them to make sure?
What's the time?
Oh, she's not.
2:02. Hang on.
While she was sleeping.
2:03. Hang on. 2:07.
So,
Righto, Chris is about to drive up, everyone. Okay.
I agree,
2:07,
Sugar
48
Bear.
seconds. Here he comes. Right? Does everybody see that road up there? Above the copper's car.
Yes, that white car. I've always said that's been NA's car from the very beginning. I've always said that's NK's car, but everyone tells me it's not.
I'm not talking about that, so just hang on a second.
Sorry.
That's called Steeple Rock Drive, everybody. For those that aren't too familiar with the Chris Watts case, that's called Steeple Rock Drive. The street that Chris has just pulled up on is called Saratoga Trail. And Chris Watts, the most direct route for Chris Watts to actually come home from work is down Steeple Rock Drive to actually come here and make it home. Well, as we all know, the path he took to get home was not the most direct route. Now, he has a missing family. Why on earth would he not come home on a direct route? Okay, so he's actually come past Betty's house to actually arrive home. So he's come from Saratoga Trail up the other end where he had been at the dumpsters. All right, for 4 minutes, everybody. So, and he left there at just after 2:06. And there's a big possibility that NK was actually at the dumpsters with him, in my opinion. Okay, but according to KK, Kim Kaufman from Revelation and the Reckoning today, she confirmed with me in a private phone call that
Are you allowed to reveal this?
Shanann's phone was left in the house. He never had Shanann's phone with him at all that day.
Oh, okay.
He didn't have it. Okay, he did not have her phone. So my theory that was her phone in his shirt is wrong.
So what was that thing that was in his chest thing when you see him walk up?
God knows. I don't know. But anyway, it's not his phone, but it is something. Not her phone. But then again, he mightn't be able to remember if he had her phone or if he didn't, if he was under the influence of devil's breath. So he may not have actually realized he actually had it.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, everyone needs to know I'm wide awake right now because I had 5 hours sleep this afternoon. I might even go live later just for the fucking hell of it because I can.
But you see that where your mouse thingy is, that white car?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, but everyone, and I adore Dave G. So
is that the Toyota 4Runner?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is that the car? Because I'm sorry, that car, when he pulls up, it's there until he leaves. But then when they go out of the house, that car disappears. Whether it's on coincidence and it's someone else's car, I don't know. But I find it very odd how that car is there from the moment that the police officer turned up and until, because you think about that road at the end, that would have led to one of the dumpsters when they go out of the road and then turn left. There would have been a dumpster there. So I'm thinking that that's her car, and then when they all went inside to do whatever they did, as was it Sugar Beet Road, the worst wellness check ever. I reckon that's when she got back in the car and then she disappeared because no one was out the front. Like when Chris was next door and the dumbass that's there now, when they went in next door to see Nate, who was at the house watching the house at all? There was no one else there when they were next door until that other cop turned up. The one that was there that took an hour and a half to realize, a locked room could mean something. Yeah. No one else was at the house. So when they were all next door, Chris's house was left looked at, watched, or whatever. There was no one there keeping an eye on the house. So in the meantime, when they say show that footage that Nate did, like I said, if you listen to when Nate says, "Oh, I pick up cars coming from here and there," you never see anything but that little part where you see Chris poking, putting stuff in the back of his truck. You never see where you see the lights of the cars, yes. But if I was that dumbass that's there now, I would have said, okay, if you pick up cars from this direction, and that direction, can we see that footage from this morning? If you get footage from all those areas and all those angles, we need to see that footage. But
Yep,
instead,
hang on a
he
sec.
showed us
Hang
that.
on. Good night, Karen56. Thank you for being here and supporting Tammy. We all appreciate you very, very, very much. And Karen's just been promoted to getting a wrench over on Barthorn's channel. So congratulations as
Karen.
well there. But
That's
thank you
awesome.
for your love and support that you give to Tammy. It's muchly appreciated over here on Tammy's True Crime Discussion channel. Very much so, Karen. And obviously the support you give me as well on my channel. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Karen. I'll give you a call later today if you're free, sweetheart. But like I said, why didn't they ask for the footage of the other, what do you call it, ways his camera sees? Because he does say, I can get footage from here. I can see cars from coming up this way and this way and this way. That's when I would have barked up and used my brain and go, oh, okay, well, when you get a moment, do you reckon you can submit that to us from this morning? But instead, if you look at where that bush is and where the top part of NA's car is, we only see the footage of that little gap. And that's the only footage we have to go on. When you see Chris putting stuff in the car and all that, you don't see who owns what car. Yet Nate claimed that I've got footage from here. I can get views from here, there, and everywhere. And dumbass dork mentioned in court, we've only got footage from his doorbell camera. His front door, you dumbass, pointed to Saratoga Trail. So how is it that you've got this footage from the side? How come you didn't ask for the footage from the doorbell camera? None of it makes sense. And that's why that's why I get
what happens? You get what? You get
I get annoyed and try to be polite with that, but I'm not going to say I get effing pissed off because,
Yep. Give me a second.
Yeah, because when you look at when they said when Chris was doing one of the interviews, he even mentioned, and there's footage out there. I'll see if I can find it and send it to you. It's when he talks about how he goes, oh, there's no cameras out the back. All there is a driveway, but there's actually undercover parking. The back of the house actually faces like an undercover parking area where you can actually drive right up to the gate, and then there's parking either side of the driveway. And he even mentioned there are no cameras out there. Oh, is this from that documentary? Because I haven't watched this yet.
Yeah. So hang on a sec. I'm just bringing something up. Fucking Dylan. Oh my God, Chrissy. Oh. Hang on a sec.
Hello, Kathleen. Yes, so do I, Sugar Bee. If they can prove, no, this is just my humble opinion or feedback. If they can show me proof that Shanann boarded the plane that day to go to Arizona, then okay. And if they can show me footage that she actually got off the plane when she claims that she did, I want to see that proof. But they won't show us that proof because they're freaking assholes.
Yeah.
Oh, I can time people out if they annoy me too, Karen, so it's all good, though. Beauty of having my own StreamYard.
Hang on a second. Hang on.
It's unclear if they...
I'm
Hello,
not listening to volume. I don't want to get in trouble. All right, so hang on.
It's all right, Karen. Just relax and rest easy, sweetheart. It's all good.
Sherilyn Cadle.
I have her on my friends list on Facebook.
Right.
The girls were comforting each other. I later asked him how he felt seeing his little girls like that, and he said honestly he was so angry he could have killed anything that walked in front of him, that he didn't feel any empathy for his children. He felt nothing for them at all. He got to the oil field. He said, in his words, he rolled Shanann out of the truck for them at all. Walked in later.
Devastating later. There, he plans to dispose of his family. And his cold description of how despondent and freighter rips they ran puts
Back up.
Right, here we go.
But they did.
Watch this, everyone.
that threw him off of his plan, and he became very upset, very angry. He ended up leaving them in the house while he took Shanann.
Right.
That's as much as I'm going to actually put on the screen. I need everybody to look at the door of the truck.
Doesn't
This
open that
is
way.
the dog.
Yeah, but just I'm talking to the chat, Tam. Give me a sec.
Okay. I'll mute
Right.
myself.
No, don't do that. So all I'm trying to say is, right, they have created a documentary with Lifetime with all of this money that they had. But the whole idea of the documentary, in my opinion, was to promote two books. One by Chrissy and one by Cable. That's my opinion only. And to talk about Dylan and his bloody crazy ass bloody 7 books that he wrote with Chris while he was in jail. All right, so the doors. They use this as an example. This is why there's no way in the world this actually occurred. Chris has walked out, and by this, he could actually walk straight down here and put Shanann in quite easily.
Let's get rid of that. And let's have a look at this, everybody. Where's the video? Where are we? Here we are.
Down there on the left and underneath the
Right,
third.
there we go. Righto. Can everyone see this on the screen clearly?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Watts' door is a half cabin door. Everyone, it opens from the middle and comes backwards this way. So he would have actually had to have walked
Around that door to then try and fit Shanann in through that little opening into the car.
Oh.
So they had all of that money to make that documentary, and the one vehicle that they use to mislead the public again, everyone,
Yeah.
they have just done a reenactment that would have cost them a fortune. Okay? They've got the wrong fucking doors on the truck to mislead
us out here, the dumb viewer. Right? The whole thing, there's something severely disturbed going on. Especially when they give us the wrong door. They give us this door, everyone. Look what they give us. They give us that door, making a documentary. But no, there's the door. The whole
This is
thing.
an
Oh my God.
infuriates me. Absolutely infuriates me.
Did D.A. Rourke have any participation in this documentary at all?
Oh,
God knows. No
'Cause I was
idea.
going to say that might be the director's cut, and they left it in by mistake, thinking, "Oh shit." That's like
Yeah.
having a full-grown human replacing in a reenactment of replacing a child that's being killed. Let's replace it with a full-grown adult. No one will notice.
Yeah.
Suck an egg, directors. Guess what? Dave noticed. And he thinks you're a full-grown adult.
that's the first thing I noticed when I saw that section of the show. Was this the wrong fucking door? So there's something severely wrong.
And
I
did
mean,
Cadle say that he
really-
left the killed home?
Pardon?
Sorry, did he say, Cadle, before you stopped the video, did Cadle was about to say that he left the girls home while he took Shanann out to the field or out to the car?
Out of the car.
All right.
Mhm.
But
The other thing is, Chris went out of the house, okay, at some stage because his phone reconnected on the Sunday night with Wi-Fi at 11:19 after he got off the phone to NK. At 11:19 he got off the phone. At 11:20 his phone reconnects with Wi-Fi. At 11:21 he messages Shanann and says, "Sorry, babe, I fell asleep on the couch." So the thing is, if he's gone outside away from the house, he would not have left the children home alone by actually going outside. I do not believe the children were in the house at that time at all.
No, the door.
He would not have left them in the house alone.
Okay, now here's a question for you. Whereabouts, apart from going in the house, where would he have to have been? Like, to reconnect, he would have had to have been a fair distance away from the house.
No,
even with my brother, because with my brother's
wireless,
Wi-Fi, I could,
just hang on. The wireless router is downstairs in the basement. He would have had to have been in the backyard to be able to reconnect with the Wi-Fi if he was still outside, because there was no Vivint activity on his doors, so he did not enter through a door. So he had to have entered through the back door of the house, but if he did, there would have been activity on the main floor. So there wasn't, because they had sensors in the floor for the Vivint alerts. Okay, there was no activity on the floor. So I believe he came in through the actual Minnie Mouse window when he reconnected with Wi-Fi at 11:20 and messaged Shanann at 11:21.
okay. Because even though it's in my brother's his other bedroom in his house, he has his Wi-Fi in there, and I could be at the end of his driveway, which is about the length of this one, but a bit longer, and I can still use his Wi-Fi from there, and that's all the way in the back of his house. So you've got his kitchen, his lounge room, and then a long passageway.
But the thing is, he would have had to have.
See, he would have had to come through the front door, Tammy, and he would have got a Vivint alert. If he comes through the garage, there's a Vivint alert at the garage, and then there's a Vivint alert at the inside garage door. So he did not enter through the garage or the front door at 11:19 p.m., 11:20 on Sunday night.
And he didn't enter through the back door of the house because there was no floor sensor activity at 11:20 p.m. for him to walk back inside the house. So he didn't come through the back door. So he didn't go up the stairs and through the back door to enter the house. He's actually entered through that Minnie Mouse window, right, which backs onto the houses that were being built out the back. So he's actually walked in that, which is in the corner of the house. He goes in that actual door, that window there, right? And his phone has reconnected with Wi-Fi. So I believe he's jumped over that fence. What I'm going to show everybody right now, I just want to show everybody Dave G doing his magnificent job yet again. Shared with me this last night, so everybody can actually get a fair idea. Last night or yesterday or something.
Missy T just wrote, I have a 100-foot garden. Mine stops working at 80 foot, but I'm in the UK.
Okay, here we go, everyone. It's a pretty small fence. There's CC. There's CC on the bottom rung of the fence, everyone. Okay. So let me take that off the screen for a sec. Make sure I go to the right way. There you go. It's a very short fence. Not very hard for Chris to jump over very, very easily if he was meeting somebody up the back of that estate at 11:18 p.m. or prior to that. Maybe he was out there talking to her at 11 p.m. Maybe he was out there at 11:15 talking to her. You got to remember, she was on the phone to him from 9
9:28 until 11:19.
And yet they don't remember the phone call.
Yet they don't remember the phone call. Either of them.
No. Now with the okay, they said they found cotton fibers on this back fence. Did they ever test them? I'm going to go with no.
No.
They did. There was so many things that I look at. Like there's, like I said, I'll find that video that I found and I'll send it to you. It shows the whole back area where it's all done with car parks and everything. And like I said, you can drive right up to the back fence. So where all that dirt is there. Yeah, there you go. See? That's exactly what I was going to ask you to find, and you found it for me. So there you go. You can drive right up to that. And the fact that there were tire impressions found in that dirt, and they never ever checked them. It's like
Yep. Sugar beet. Sugar beet. Sorry, Tam. Sugar beet. You're right. Okay. Red X Crime Files did a video last week or 2 weeks ago where she's actually done a detailed report of Nate's footage. Nate has his house. It's filled. Okay, with CCTV. It's everywhere. Nate has cameras out the back. All right. So there is absolutely no way in the world Nate did not have footage of anything. They requested via a search warrant in October. Everybody, the 24th of October for Nate's footage.
Bit late, isn't it?
Okay. They were informed that Nate's camera company keep the footage for 60 days. And then it's removed and deleted. They waited until the 70th day before they requested that footage. So Weld County don't have the footage.
I'm going to speak probably on behalf of everybody in chat and yourself. Fucking idiots.
Yep. It's mind-boggling.
Because, like I said, I do keep mentioning this when I do talk about Chris Watts on here. I say about how when I watch Forensic Files, 48 Hours, all those kinds of shows, they actually show, even like I said, even the reenactment. A, they're wearing gloves. B, they show how they take tire impressions, foot impressions with that shit they pour into it, and it dries quickly. The fact they didn't do any of that in this case, I'm sorry, but that should be grounds for a 35C. The fact that Chris isn't doing it now actually makes me really angry, because it starts to make me think maybe there is, like, he might have been involved as such as, like, he knew what was going to happen. But I think personally there's an innocent person in jail as far as, like, doing all the stuff that everyone keeps on thinking that he did it on his own. There's no way that Chris did this on his own. There's no way in the world that Chris did this on his own.
In a few weeks' time, I'm gonna go through all of this with KK, and she's gonna have information with us straight out of Chris's gob. And she's also got a whole heap of information in regards to some questions I asked her on the phone today. That questions that just don't get asked of her. Just some unusual questions about the case. And one of them in particular is about the lady who spoke on behalf of the Watts family in court.
Yeah, that actually made me sick when Dork gave her the nod of approval.
Oh, yes. Well, she, it's pretty much, we've pretty much discovered that she was working for D.A. Rourke and no one else.
Exactly.
So everything's just an absolute, it's just a nightmare. You know, like if Chris did it all by himself and he knew exactly how he did it, well, he would have told us all by now. And people say, well, he has told us. Well, no, he hasn't actually told us. I'm sorry.
He's openly admitted there are things about this case that he'll take to his grave.
Mm-hmm.
He's also sealed parts of the autopsy from what happened with the girls.
He didn't
He
seal
has
anything.
actually, didn't he? I heard that he did. He said
No, he
sealed it
didn't
for like.
seal it. No, he
Well, then I
sealed
apologise
all
for
of the
that.
girls' medical records. Okay, he requested them to be sealed.
Okay.
All of the girls' medical records.
But wouldn't that
Because
include part of the autopsies as well?
no. This is all medical
No?
records,
Okay.
as in the hospital and doctor appointments, etc., etc., etc. All of
Okay.
those have been sealed and kept from the public, never to be released. So that might have. I don't want to start an alert out here too much, but it might have something to do with doctor shopping. So with Chris and Shanann, for example, taking the kids to doctors to find out what was wrong with them constantly. Because Chris actually has made a statement in a letter, or he actually made a statement somewhere where he actually said he thinks the kids were at the doctors more than they were at school, which is a bit of a worry.
Yeah, just a bit. What's that thing they call people who do like make up illnesses for their children and something by proxy? Munchausen
That's
by
where they
proxy.
make up they make their own children sick. It's an illness, and that's something that the queen of Shanann bashing on the internet is Miss Menza. So she has something she believes, and it's not something that I will ever mention because Shanann cannot defend herself. Shanann is not here to talk about it. Shanann, we cannot discuss it. Okay, it's not something we can accuse her of in any way, shape, or form. As all the videos we've ever seen, Shanann was a caring, loving mum, and that's all that matters.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
Exactly, and that's how
that is truly all that
should be
matters.
remembered.
Yeah,
and that's how she should be remembered, not for what people want to come out with. Hi, Miss Jones. And new people that have come in. I think personally as well, when it comes down to the bottom line of this, is the fact that like Chris, if I had a chance to speak to Chris, I would be saying things. But the fact that he's saying there are things that he'll take to his grave, they're the things that
Are you there, Tam? Looks like we've lost Tammy, everybody.
No, I'm here. Hello.
She's here now. Okay, all right.
Okay. She said that,
maybe that thing he's taken to his grave is, NK's an hermaphrodite. And he doesn't want anyone to know. That's why she wore the brown bikini so she could hide her boy bits. Okay, maybe she's a full-on hermaphrodite.
Okay.
Who knows?
Okay, in all seriousness, though, apart from her being a ladyboy, it comes down to when they said about how she had the torn frenula. Now, I've always said this, and I might be out of line, and if it upsets anybody, I do apologise, but it's my opinion. In my opinion, when Chris had admitted that she hit my fucking girls, she hit my girls, the thing is that the thing I see it as, he doesn't go into detail how they were hit. So what I'm thinking is when MK was trying to control one of them to chloroform them, so to speak, that's when she smacked her and whacked her with such force. That's what probably caused the split. Now, chloroform only lasts for up to it lasts up to 2 hours in the system. Now, if she's holding it there with such force and she's struggling to get away, biting her tongue and she had a ripped frenula, I think it's because when she smacked her, she realised that she was screaming, she was going to start crying, and the shock of it shocked her, and then she looked like she was going to start crying, so she quickly cupped her mouth, and with the force of it, it could have torn the frenula very easily, because that on little kids, it's very, very sensitive and it's very, very soft. Where as you get older, it gets harder and it gets stronger and it doesn't just take a smack in the mouth to split. But when he goes, she hit my fucking girls, that's why I think that she had the ripped frenula. Because as they were getting ready to run off and stuff, she grabbed her, smacked her in the face, and then put the chloroform over her mouth and rendered her unconscious. But that's in my opinion. Yeah.
Shajetta from Texas, thank you for being so respectful with your comment. That was actually very nice of you to write the way you wrote it. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I wish there was more people out there like you that actually wrote their comments like that. in regards
Yeah.
to Shanann. It's very, very nice of you to actually word it the way you did. Yeah, why would she say fucking hit my girls? Yeah, she fucking hit my girls. Look, why would NK say, and this is something that even when I was talking to KK today prior to my live, I informed KK of something that NK said. Why would NK say, we're a team, don't fucking let me down to
Exactly. Exactly.
We're
Couldn't
a
have said
team, don't
that
fucking
better.
let me down. What an absolute joke. I can't believe she said that to him. Yeah, well,
I'm surprised that-
I can't bear to think what happened to little Bella.
Mm.
It's disgusting, Miss Jones. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good on you, Sugar Beat. Email me or email Tammy
Yes.
when you get a chance. Looking into some very interesting stuff on NK and Daddy K. Yes, Daddy. Right,
Okay,
here's
I'm
a theory. Let's throw a theory out there for you all. Let's
just gonna
throw out
post
a
a comment.
theory. Okay, let's throw out a theory, and then I'll go and have a smoke, and you guys in chat can discuss it with Tam. This
There's
is
my email. Email me.
Okay, there you go. Tammy wants the info before Dave. All right, so
Yes.
okay, here we go. Dirty South. Let's say, for argument's sake, Dwayne Kessinger has an investment in Dirty South. Okay? Back in 2012 or thereabouts.
Welcome back, Craig B.
And Shanann, who was a director of that company, and she was cleared of embezzlement. Let's all remember that, of everybody. But let's say she is blamed for embezzling Dwayne Kessinger's money. Okay? Just before she fled North Carolina, let me add, fled. She didn't leave. She didn't pack up and come from North Carolina to Colorado. She fled, everybody. Her house had been ransacked and broken into. She left, not because she wanted to. She fled. Okay? Her name was Shanann King. Or Shannon King. Which she then changed to Shanann Ruzick. Which she then changed to Shanann Watts. And just imagine if she was found in Colorado. Okay? By the people that are possibly wanting to hurt her. Because she's responsible for them losing all their money. Now, look at it this way. She then becomes the target. NK becomes the plant. And they all meet. NK meets Chris in July 2017. How's that sound, everyone?
Freaky.
That is a theory. Trying to get to the bottom of that theory takes you into some very dark places. I'm going there, and I want to find out what the fuck it all is all about. Okay?
And Dave, don't forget your torch, because that will let you see everything.
I know.
Right?
That's right. I can't forget my torch. But I want you guys to think about that for a minute, and I'll go and have a cigarette.
All right. Did you want me to? Oh, you're going to come back? We could.
Yeah, I'm not going to run away. You talk to chat. I'm sure he'd be quite happy to keep the show going for a bit longer.
Yeah, fuck it up.
Okay, beautiful. All right, we'll be back very soon.
All right, see you soon, sweetie. So, what do we all think of what Dave just said? Pretty freaky shit. Yeah, okay, I think we need to all find a way to send Dave a torch, so then he's okay. He's not in the dark too long. But yeah, the fact that when she left the house, fled, as Dave said, it's amazing because she left everything there. You know what I mean? She left her clothes there. She left everything. You know, and yeah, but with him saying that NK was planted there, it makes you wonder, like, was she planted there to be able to try? But the thing is, why not just go straight for Shanann? Why go for Chris and have him then rot in jail for the rest of his life, though? Why? Because he was actually trying to protect Shanann from these people who were there to hurt her? Why not? Hey, Elizabeth Jones, welcome. Yes, I have Dave up here at the moment. He's gone for a quick smoko, so even though it's my channel, I'm covering for him until he comes back, which is absolutely awesome. This is wicked. But yeah, I just find a lot of it very inconsistent. And like I said, you know, did Chris get in the way and that's why they framed him, because he was trying to protect his wife and kids? But the thing that upsets me and makes me actually quite, oh no, this is freaky. Hey, Matt. It upsets me a great deal that if Chris was trying to protect his family, you know, hang on, how can I put this? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to word this and make it make sense. He was trying to protect his family. So by him doing that, yes, he had an affair with Camel Tits. We know that. But the thing is, though, I don't know if he knew what she was there for. Because does anybody know any kind of past history of NK's? He's protecting her family, and if that's the case, it means plans has been in the works for long before tragedy. I actually agree with that, Jeddah from Texas. I agree completely. I think that it was all planned previously. Hey, Lisa B. I love how she says that. Tammy! I think that's so cool. Hello. Does Mr. Fruit still work at the company SW fled from? I don't actually know. To be honest with you, I do not know the answer to that. I wish I did, but I don't. So I won't try and speculate. But if Chris was that morning trying to protect his family, was the blame all pinned on him because he was trying to protect his family? Or was it because it was just easier because he lived in the house? So if they ever did do like the fingerprint dusting, which they should have done, just how much money was involved? I don't actually know the answer to that, and I'm not about to speculate, but when Dave comes back from his smoko, which he has now, he might be able to answer that. So Geraldine Boyd,
I don't know the amount. I don't know the amount, but I can answer the question up above that Elizabeth wrote.
Oh, which one? There you go. That one, yep.
Does Mr. Frank Sr. still work at the company? Yes. And Frankie Jr. is getting a job there. So that was confirmed on Mummy Ramblings channel, everybody. In that tirade that night when the script was read out. And I was bashed from pillar to post, as was Larry. Okay, and as was AD. All right, so
Larry deserves it.
They are involved with Dirty South, and I think it has something to do with Shanann was still a director. She still would have had a name associated with the company in some way, shape, or form. So it's very, as Shanann King. Remember, her first, Leonard being her first husband. So it's something that's very strange and very unusual Frank and Junior said they did. There you go, Sugar Beat. You listen to it. I didn't listen to it. I don't go. I went there once to take a photo. That was it. I took a photo of her. I did a screenshot of her kitchen. And I have apologized in detail that I didn't realize that was her son, whose image was sitting on the kitchen bench, and I blurted out for the video that I made. And that's why there are no comments in that video, because I had to edit it at the end of the live. I didn't actually know that was her deceased son,
So I blurred him out of that, and I'm terribly sorry if it caused any anger and grief to Carolyn. I did not mean it. I did not intend it. I didn't actually know. So I am actually terribly sorry about that. But it doesn't change my opinion of you sucking up the Ruzek's ass the way you are, considering you believe NK is involved. Enough said about that. You have made a lot of money, Carolyn. You personally have made a lot of money, okay, from your theory of NK being involved. So changing your mind after making all them videos is very strange.
Okay, Geraldine Boyd, sorry, wrote, I'm very iffy about young Frank Jr. In a minute, can you explain why? And then she goes, she threw him out of her house in Colorado.
Yes, she did. And be careful what you write next, Geraldine. Okay? Please, 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 because there are other things as well. So please don't write them. Please, I just beg you.
If you're iffy about
there is something that did happen with Frankie in 2015. I just don't want it written or discussed. Okay? Please.
Yeah, I think that things that happened with the family, I think that's just something that should not be mentioned on here.
It's fine. It's fine. Because this is not an attack on the Ruzek family in any way, shape, or form. This is about what Mummy Ramblings was actually saying on her channel and the amount of money that she whinges other creators are making out of this case, along with everybody having a go at me in particular about me making money or AD making money or whatever, making money out of it. Well, look in the mirror, Carolyn. You made nearly $500 that night, and it was not donated to anybody. The Ruzeks donate their money from Sandy's channel. Okay? You didn't mention a thing when you're getting $100 here, $100 there, 50 here, 50 there. You didn't say anything about all that money you were raking in that night from that live by having the Ruzek family on your channel. Okay? You're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
A complete hypocrite.
Exactly. Truth Soup, I've never seen you in my chat before, but welcome. Definitely ongoing friction between SW and her parents. We don't actually, well, we as in me and the community don't actually know if there was ongoing friction. You know what I mean? Because you think about, I don't get along with when my dad was alive, I didn't get along with my parents. I still don't. Mind you, one's dead, but still. That there with the friction, you would see pictures with Shanann and her family and they looked fine. And if there was friction, I don't think that Shanann would have stayed there for those 6 weeks that she was there if there was that much friction, if there was ongoing friction, sorry. So whether that's fact or fiction, I don't really think it's appropriate to be able to bring that up because at the end of the day, I don't have the Ruzeks on here saying that's bullshit and I don't have Shanann here saying that's bullshit.
She's passed away and she can't defend herself. So it's very difficult.
Exactly.
And it's out of respect for the deceased.
Exactly.
I won't even discuss it or bring that up or because we can all speculate, we can all talk about things that may or may not have happened in regards to Shanann's former life, but disrespecting her in death is wrong. Okay, it is wrong. That's a lot of Dollar Tree dollars. These ones, let's go. Let's go. Me and Carolyn together. We're there. Everyone, we're there. I'm waiting for her. We're going to go shopping. What can we get for $1? All right. Off we go together.
$100 you get 100 gifts, kids.
Yep. We go arts and crafts shopping together. It'll be awesome. What do you all reckon? So it's good to see that you've got 30.
While you're on my, 34 people in here. Thank you all for being
people. Here. That's awesome. It's definitely
that's the biggest number I've ever had.
37 watching now.
Oh, thank you, everybody.
So I'm glad I could come up here and help the numbers improve for you. So
yeah. Oh, I do have one request for you though. That if you're going to sit in that recliner, please go get a tetanus shot afterwards. I'm imagining
Please.
No, any kind of chair like that, they always get like itchy skin, and I always get, oh, that looks really, 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 no. I like the bigger one.
Oh, let's have a bit of a rest. Oh,
Dave can sit back. What? I want a TP wrong speaker.
all right. So I'm just having a bit of a. You want one of my speakers? This is my quality speaker I've got. I made it. My arts and crafts. See it? There it is. All right.
look at
So
that.
I did an arts and crafts thing when I was in Mummy Rambling's kitchen. There you go. That's my speaker. So the sound comes out of the bottom of the iPhone and it goes out the side. So that's my two-way. That's my stereo speaker. Everyone.
And look at
Quality.
that. He didn't even have to go to the dollar store to get it.
No, there it is.
Oh, Lisa B says sold.
All right,
I didn't even get to open up the bidding. What the hell?
So yeah. It's good to see everybody having a bit of a giggle. You know, so yeah, the case is righto. Chris Watts' phone, everybody. Everybody wonders what the hell is going on with his phone. Well, I believe there is evidence on that phone that helps Chris. And that's why they've never released it. Ever. Everybody. There's evidence on that phone that places, I believe, NK in a very dodgy position. And it's evidence that will help.
Can you cover
Chris.
me while I go to the loo?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so
All right, I'll be back.
I saw somebody mention something earlier about something or other, but it's anyway, I believe it's Chris's phone that is very, very vital to this case. He also talks and has spoken with KK at length. And KK is very confused about this as well, because he says going out to the oil side, he was texting Ed K all the way out there. Where are the messages? Where are the messages, everyone? Where are they? And KK's the same, and she will verify all this when she comes over onto my channel to just have a case discussion with me. She will verify this. Okay, where are the text messages? She wants to know. We all want to know where they are because they're never released. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Because her phone pinged. And Chris doesn't even know why her phone pinged in Frederick. He doesn't actually know why. Nobody ever asked it. Chris never even asked the question. Sugar bean, I wish I could click on your link on your oh, Tabby's back. No, wrong one. Is that the one?
Wrong one?
Yeah, the wrong one. Sugar Beat's actually written. Tammy's just gone to the loo. Where's that one? It's higher up, I think.
No, I got it.
You got it.
Right
It's just there it is. Yeah, Tammy's gone to the loo to make a speaker, just like me.
I knew there was a reason why I collected my toilet rolls far out.
Yeah.
I thought it was to make binoculars.
Can you highlight Stacey's comment, please?
Stacey, where's Stacey?
Read it out, darling.
What? Yep. I used to have a 98 Ford F-150 with half cap, second door, and the back seat is tiny, only enough to house 2 small kids at the best. There is 0 footroom and would be very uncomfortable for a grown adult.
There you go. So remember that documentary they made?
Yeah.
Wrong back door. Okay? To throw everyone more off the scent. Everyone? To actually confuse us even more. Well, Chris's back door of his vehicle is so small. Seriously.
and for him to be able to maneuver a dead person's 150-pound body weight into there where you can't maneuver the body as such, because that vehicle's axles did not move at all when he's put her in.
Didn't I say that to you ages ago?
You certainly did. Okay, so there is maybe an NK has been exterminated, and we don't know because
because we don't know because her murder is under investigation. Sorry, too many Murder She Wrote episodes.
Yeah, okay, yes. Yeah, basically that's right. Yeah, too many Murder She Wrote episodes. Yeah, for sure. There's where are they all if they're not all being paid? Why has none of them? Now, an NDA agreement, that's a non-disclosure agreement between an employee and an employer, has an expiry date, everyone. You know, it's usually 12 months after you finish work at a company. You can't actually talk to the media, discuss operations, talk about anything associated with the company. It's usually about 12 months. Well, I've got some really bad news. It's been nearly 3 years and not one of them has actually spoken. None of them. Unless they are already being paid well and truly, monthly, in my opinion, under $10,000 per month to each and every one of them involved in this case, including Daddy, NK, Troy, Cody, and everyone forgets Danielle Hadel. Everyone forgets her.
Who's that?
Or him. Danielle, the friend who came in and got hosted from out of town.
That's right. Okay. And I just think it's interesting. Out of all the cases I've ever investigated, I've never known a witness / whatever the hell she is, being able to call the shots of who they can and can't interview. Leave Jim alone. Like, what the hell? What gives you the right to actually tell them not to investigate him? By saying that should have sent off massive red flags, thinking, okay, she doesn't want us to interview him. The question behind that is, why doesn't she want us to interview him?
Absolutely.
She's asking us to leave him alone, but why is she doing that?
I know. It's unbelievable.
Sorry? Back to the what?
It's just unbelievable.
So many things. Like, if someone said to me, don't talk to this person, my question would be, why? If they're not involved or they haven't done anything to deliberately do any harm to anybody, why are you asking us to leave them alone?
Yeah.
I'd be questioning the motives, and every single person that was interviewed should have been fingerprinted. I'm sorry, but everyone should have been.
Yeah. Well, I had somebody write comments under one of my videos once under some fake profile about the way I go after Nicole Kessinger. And, like, how would you like it if it was your daughter, okay, that who they had cleared of any wrongdoing, and you are just going at this person all the time, etc., etc., etc. Whereas I'm actually trying to refrain from calling her any names at the moment. I'm just trying to be a little bit more respectful towards her. But everybody knows my true feelings of the smelly cow.
For those who, for the people that don't know, she's a skank.
Yeah, well, similar to that. So I'm trying to... Yes, the one who was, Ginger, the one who was VMO'd money that weekend. Yes, she was a VMO and a taxi fare. All right. So it sounds like part of the effing deal, in my opinion. Well, just remember, everyone, let me find it. Give me a second. I believe it's in this folder here, and I believe it's down here.
Welcome to Safety B.
Which one's that one? I've actually got it.
Do I need to share my screen again?
Not yet. Not yet, love.
Okay.
Just give me a sec.
Maybe NK has been. Yeah, we've read that one. Sorry, I'm a bit behind in chat now.
You all right? You go catch up to chat. Talk to your friends for a sec. I'll be right back. Just give me a second.
No worries. Is everyone having fun? The beauty of having Dave up here is he knows what he's talking about. Me, on the other hand, I just sometimes ramble incoherently. But like I said before, I do believe that every single person that was interviewed should have been fingerprinted, because when they found that plastic bag that miraculously appeared, they found fingerprints on there, but they didn't match Chris's and they didn't match Shanann's. The only thing that matched with when it came to Chris in that scenario was the bags matched the bags he had in the back of his truck. Now, the thing I find very bizarre about that is, okay, the bags were found in the back of Chris's truck that matched them. Fair enough. But hang on, the fingerprints that were found on the bag didn't match Chris's. So why haven't you fingerprinted anybody else? The only person, as far as I'm aware, and in my opinion, the only person that was fingerprinted throughout this whole scenario was Chris. Now, if you find a garbage bag or anything close to a burial site and you are interviewing, say, up to 20 people, and you are interviewing them more than once, okay, you should have taken their fingerprints. Every single person that was interviewed in regard to when they were missing and when they were found should have been fingerprinted. For the fact is, anyone, as we see, when Chris pulls up, his truck, the bed of his truck is not necessarily covered up. So anybody, and I mean anybody, could have got a hold of those bags at any given time. So the fact that they said, oh, they matched the bags on the back of Chris's truck, okay, kudos, you did something good. But the thing is, though, you have let so many people get away with their involvement in this case by not taking the correct procedures by doing the fingerprint analysis on everybody.
And sorry, I just want to quickly say, Ginger, you're right. And dear Daniel was a very beefy girl. Dear Danielle / Daniel, everybody, looks like, and I mean really looks like, was a man. Okay? Was a man. Quite strong.
Was she hosting?
By the looks of
she was hosting
her.
the transgender weekend. There you go.
Okay. So, yes, Ginger, you are 100% spot on. Yeah, Geraldine, yeah. Well, so I believe she called him. Her, him, in that interview. But anyway, I'll go back away. I'm looking for this video. Give me a second.
All right, cool. But like I said, every person that was interviewed, I do believe, should have been put on a lie detector test, not just Chris. I know it's not Dave. Then all right, I'm going good. Chris was the only person, as far as I'm aware, that was fingerprinted and put on a lie detector test. NK was never fingerprinted or put on a lie detector test. No fingerprints were taken to with anything, bodybuilder, probably. But like I said, it makes me wonder, though, was there, I've got nothing against gay people or anything, or transgender people. I know a lot of them. I'm not against any of them, but was there any convention in town that weekend when they were all in town at the weekend of said murders? You know, like every person should have been fingerprinted at the end of the day. Every single person.
Can you share my screen? Everybody, on the 21st of August 2018, NK was interviewed over the phone by CBI agent Kevin Kobach. And during that process of that phone call interview, this has been edited, everybody. Okay, it's been edited to remove a little bit of Kevin Kobach's voice where he's talking over NK. Those of you who have not heard this are about to absolutely go, what the okay, you will. I can assure you all. I'm just going to play this right now. Please listen carefully to what NK says to Kevin Kobach.
I'm trying. I'm really trying to help you guys. I need you guys to help me too. Like,
yes,
we'll do this as a team, but just don't fucking let me down. Please.
The reason why we can't, like, I think.
I'm trying. I'm really trying to help you guys. I need you guys to help me too. Like,
yes,
we'll do this as a team, but just don't fucking let me down. Please.
The reason why we can't, like, I think.
I'm trying. I'm really trying to help you guys. I need you guys to help me too. Like,
Yes,
we'll
ma'am.
do this as a team, but just don't fucking let me down.
The
please.
reason why we can't, like, I think.
There you go. That's pretty obvious to me that she was working with Kevin Kovac. Nothing else. This is a team. Don't fucking let me down.
It's buffering.
Okay. This is a team, everybody. Don't fucking let me down. Yep, we're doing this as a team. So those of you who have never heard it, little Davey's going to play it again, if you can find it. Don't Let Me Down MP4. Is that, which is the, this is the one. Here we go.
I'm trying. I'm really trying to help you guys. I need you guys to help me too. Like,
Yes,
we'll
ma'am.
do this as a team, but just don't fucking let me down.
The
please.
reason why we can't, like, I think.
I'm trying. I'm really trying to help you guys. I need you guys to help me too. Like,
Yes,
we'll
ma'am.
do this as a team, but just don't fucking let me down.
The
please.
reason why we can't, like, I think.
There you go.
It almost sounded.
Everyone.
It almost sounded like he goes, "Oh, the reason we can't let you down."
Yeah. Oh my
And then
God. Yeah.
What?
So yeah, those are the saying what the actual F. Those are the saying I haven't heard that before, Dave. Yes, you're right. It's in the actual phone interview, he's actually talking over her a lot. And it's very hard to pick up hearing that. Well, I actually heard it. And I've got a friend of mine edit it and take his voice out of it a bit. So you don't get to hear his voice as much as he was actually speaking. And that's why you hear it so crystal clear, her actual words on that phone. It was unbelievable.
And Dave found
Okay.
that, guys.
Unbelievable. Can't believe
Okay,
it.
but the
Seriously.
thing I find very interesting when I hear that, because I heard it when you first played it, and I can hear myself talk. That's annoying. When she says we're working as a team, are you working as a team to bring Chris down? Like, what do you mean you're working as a team? Because you think they're there to help you? You know, so weird.
Absolutely. Very, very weird. Unbelievable. You know, so
He sure is, Julie. Yeah.
thanks everyone.
Why aren't other?
No, you don't. You actually sound all right now. You got to remember, chat's about 15 seconds behind when we speak.
Oh, okay.
So when they actually type something, you've actually already said it 15 seconds ago. So you need to. There's a delay between chat and us actually talking.
Yeah, because when I pop up on your panel and cover for you for those few minutes, I pop back down into chat and it starts off from when you've just sent me the link. So I've got to fast forward to when I'm not on there.
Yeah.
Like, I can hear myself.
Oh yes, let's not forget Geraldine. Yes, NK's a victim. She's a victim.
Oh, yes, we've got to
Yeah.
remember that she's a victim, as you know, just like I'm a victim of. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that's not going to upset anybody by saying it. I'm a victim of being. I don't know. I don't know. Something.
You're right,
I
Ginger.
like this.
Mia and TJ find. Yeah, Mia and TJ find a lot of things others overlook. You're dead right. Mia and TJ do. Okay, I enjoy Mia in regards to the autopsy, especially, and predicting my future. Out of this world. Unbelievable. 4 months ago, Mia did a tarot card reading with me. I don't believe in any of that stuff. Like, I am down. I'm as bogan as Joey. I'm as complete bogan, everyone. I'm as down to earth as they come. I wear my heart on my sleeve and I say everything as it is, and I react very quickly to shit. And I do have to say that Mia did a tarot card reading with me, And when we got to the third card, I can't remember what it was. Then she started reading, and then started talking to me all about what this card meant and how she was reading it. And it came down to it was a male, an alpha male, whatever that is, right? An alpha male is going to be deceitful with you, is really going to break your trust, all sorts of things, right? It was absolutely unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. And the first person I thought about was the person who it actually was. 4 months before it all occurred a month ago. So we're going back to February when this reading was done, everybody.
And for what it's worth in chat, I'm very protective of Dave. So if you've got anything nasty to say about him and he's in my chat at any point.
There's nobody in here that will write anything nasty to me right now.
I know, but I'm saying if anyone watches this on replay and there's any disrespect to Dave, please unsubscribe to my channel, because I will not have you subscribe to my channel when you have disrespect for someone I idolize quite a lot. So
thank you.
You're welcome.
Mia is unbelievable. This was unbelievable, and she actually picked Lord Voldemort himself. So it's absolutely mind-boggling. And I'm so sorry, Red X is at work. Sorry, hang on. Red X is, I can't join. She's still at work. So I was trying to get Red X on the panel as well with you, Tammy. I was trying to have Tanya.
That'd be amazing.
Yes, I was trying to have her
incredible
on here as a surprise for you. But
that
she's
would be
busy at
amazing.
work,
If she ever does.
I'll organise it for you at some stage. I'm sure we could organise something for you.
That'd be
in the future.
incredible. Thank you. Because I say hi to her in your chat and I don't see a response. So yeah, it's all good. But no,
it's a good way to build your channel and get a few viewers in. If you can get a few creators on your actual channel to actually come and talk the case and answer a few of your questions that you might have yourself, or I can help your chat.
It means a lot to me. Thank you.
Well. No worries. And Julie Wally got it too. You're amazing too, Tammy. You are.
Oh.
You have a very unique mind.
Thank you.
You think outside the box. You stated a very long time ago nobody went in Chris's truck and no one believed you. You also mentioned that you believe Chris swapped trucks and went with somebody else. No one believed you. I was one of them. And then I had to reconsider this when Red X came out with all the geotab information that pretty much places Chris in Troy's truck and Troy in Chris's truck. It's quite ridiculous.
It's like, because when I first, the first person I listened to about this case was Zav, but yeah, that was cool. I listened to her for a bit, but then when I started listening to Dave, he actually, and if all of you in here listen to Dave, he will make you believe. I'm not saying this to be condescending. He makes you believe in almost anything. If he told you that ants floated in the air, you'd believe him because he's so authentic with he comes across with. He never disrespects anybody, and for the people that have disrespected him, can take a hike off a very short plank. And I will not put up with that shit on my channel, because if it wasn't for Dave, I would not be here at this very moment having this conversation with him or with you guys in chat. And I appreciate each and every one of you for showing Dave respect as well as me. Like, it means heaps. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
You've come a very long way in the last couple of weeks. And I'm not going back there, but you've come a very long way and you're going forwards. That's all that matters. Okay? I am. You're going forwards. And what's done is done. You can't change it. You can only better yourself from that point forward. That is
exactly right. Exactly. Okay, and I won't be ever discussing the past of what happened a couple of weeks ago. I will not be bringing that up on my channel because I see it as it's no one's business. Like Dave said, what is said is said. What is done is done. I do have a lot of regret for what I did, but at the same time, like I said, I'm not going to make excuses
Yep.
1 foot in front of the other, not 1 foot behind the other to walk backwards, because if you do that,
Yep.
you're not going to get anywhere in life.
And none of us are perfect.
I would love if, yeah, exactly. Oh, you're perfect with me.
No,
I'm smiling at you now. What Dave go red, guys? Oh, apparently, if I was to hug you, I would squeeze the life out of you. Apparently, that was said before earlier in the chat.
Red Hot, not Red Hot Chili Peppers. I will squeeze the life out of you. Who sings that?
Hunters and Collectors. I'll throw
Yeah,
you my
there you
arms
go.
around you.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
Hunters and Collectors. All
I
right.
love
So,
that song.
yeah,
So
throw your arms
Dave-
around me. I actually picked him up in a cab. Mark Seymour is his name. I picked him up so I was driving a silver service taxi years ago in Brisbane, probably about the same time I was serving my sentence for armed robbery. But I was in a silver service cab driving Mark Seymour out to the airport from what was the old Crest Hotel in Brisbane. And we were just talking, and I said, so what's your actual favourite song to sing that you really enjoy singing? You know, with the crowd. And he says, I'll throw your arms around me. He said, because he wrote it in an hour and a half. So he wrote the words and then created the lyric, the tune to it over the next month or so. But he actually wrote the words in an hour and a half to throw your arms around me. So, but it's his all-time favorite song to actually sing live. And those of you who have never heard that song by Mark Seymour and Hunters and Collectors, go on YouTube after this and have a quick listen to Throw Your Arms Around Me, and you'll hear what I mean when he says, squeeze the life out of you. It's an awesome song. Quit stealing arms. Well, they're all behind my green screen. For those who don't know, they're behind the house. They're out the back. Okay, they're out the back in NK's grey truck. That's where I'm putting all the arms that I steal. You know, because they're armed robbery, so I actually keep taking them.
No, if I was a cab driver and I had him in my car, I would have said, if you sing that song to me, you don't have to pay a fare. Free trip, mate. Just sing it to me with enthusiasm would be great. When I first heard that song, it was on Home and Away when Shane died. And that's when I first heard it. And my sister had it, and she played it again. She had it on cassette tape. And she played it again and again and again and again. And I was like, bloody hell. But then I hear it now, and it's like, for me, it's got more significant meaning. Lots of songs do.
All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say au revoir, hooroo, see you later, catch you around like a rissole.
Okay.
All those.
You're breaking up, Dave. I can't hear you.
I'm going to leave now. I'll catch you around
thank
like
you
a
so much for
rissole.
popping up here. Yep.
You're very, very welcome. And thank you, everybody, for having me, putting up with me. And I hope you all have yourselves a brilliant night. Until next time.
I'll always put up with you,
See you
Dave.
later. I know.
See you, sweetie. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, darling. Bye. Wasn't that awesome? Dave was up here for quite a while. I thought he was only going to be up here to tell me what that meaning of that abbreviate F&C meant. But no, that's like really cool. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. But no, thank you all so much for being in here and supporting me. It really does mean a lot to me. And having Dave up here for that period of time, oh my God, that was absolutely incredible. He definitely got my mind off what I was talking about. Every single one of you, every single 35 of you, thank you so much for being in here and supporting me and letting me do what I do love doing. You know what I mean? And knowing that I have people like Dave come up here, Van come up here when they can, and the countless others that come up here and talk with me on panel, it means a lot to me. So from the bottom of my heart, I do sincerely mean this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, that's it, Dave. Right. Yes, like, subscribe. I want to get up to 400 before the weekend's over, which is probably a bit of a stretch, but I can always dream. But no, it's 1 o'clock in the morning here. Woo! Ooh, I've been going for 3 hours and 24 minutes and 35 seconds. Time flies. But oh, thank you, Sugar Beet. That's you too, Lisa. Missy T, sorry. Oh, that is you are all amazing. Thank you so much for being here. It's like, wow. I'm amazed by it. It's incredible. But like I said, having Dave up here and sharing what he shared, I really do appreciate that. And like I said, I would love to have, Kim Redex. I'm really bad at remembering her name. But yeah, I would love to have her up here, and Dave, and there are so many other people. I've had Mr. and Mrs. Sher up here a few times, but one time together when it was my birthday, and I'd love to have them up here again if they ever want to. Oh, okay then. Thank you, Sugar Beet. You're a legend. Yes, you were, Dave. Thank you so much for being up here. You're an absolute sweetheart. And like I said, if there is anyone watching this on replay, and if there is anyone in here watching this, I will say this again. If you are not a supporter of Dave, as far as just being polite to him or being disrespectful, please unsubscribe on your way out, because I won't tolerate it. Dave, and as he knows, thank you. He knows this. I've told him this in PM. But if I had to choose one person in the true crime community that has actually shown me the ropes, so to speak, it would be Dave. And Dave is my hero in the true crime community. I'm not just saying that to kiss ass. I'm not saying any of that. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, he is an absolute sweetheart. And if anyone wants to be rude, and I will say it straight, this person that hurt him, not mentioning his name, he needs to take a walk off a very short plank of a very high cliff, because he is the worst person to ever grace YouTube. Dave trusted this person. This person betrayed him, and for that, I will never. Oh, 7 more subscribers. That is so cool. Yeah, so I see it as that I will always respect Dave. But out of respect, when I say this, what my fear is, when this Chris Watts case goes away, I've said to Dave, I don't want to lose him as a friend, because he has become the most genuine, amazing person I have met on the YouTube world, because he is just incredible. Yes. What do you mean, Sugar Beet? I don't understand. But like I said, I try my best to make sure that when I am on here, I always make sure I pay attention to chat. And I've always said, if anyone ever comes in here, regardless of what I'm talking about, if someone came in here while Dave was up here and had needed some advice or something like that, I would be saying to Dave, hang on a sec, Dave, I need to mute you for a moment. Someone has a problem. I'm not the kind of person who would just have someone come in here upset and brush it to one side. I would never, ever. The worst one has company. Okay, I'll let you email with me with that response, because I don't think. Well, that's okay. You can just if you're 5 minutes behind, Stacey, and you hear this, just fast forward to when the little red bit goes right to the end, and I'll still be on here, I think. I don't know. But there are a lot of people who have tried to, oh, hang on, I would love to come up and support you, but I'm on a ventilator. Oxygen. Already had a creator take the piss out of me because autism can't spell good. Hey, you know what, sweetheart? Julie, anytime you want to come up here, you are very... Good night, Dave. Sweet dreams, honey. If you ever want to come up here, I am never, and I mean, I'll never, ever, ever, ever judge you. Ever. I would never do that. And I will say it now. If anyone does come in here, when you are on panel, regardless of a loyal supporter or not, they will be removed if anyone ever does that. And that goes for anyone in chat. If you are ever in my chat and you find that someone is being a bully towards you at any given point, you let me know straight away. And because I pay attention to chat like a hawk, because being on Dave's panel, I've learned how to be, you let me know and they will be removed from my chat. Whether I've got whether, okay, let's say, for example, I'm at 999 subscribers and 5 people come in here and criticize you. I don't give a shit. They will be removed. And that goes for anybody. And this certain individual that hurt my Dave, he's not mine, I know that, but hurt Dave, if he ever came in here, he'd be showing the door quicker than he walked in, because I will not ever let anyone, I don't give a shit who they are, I will never let anyone in my chat that disrespects Dave. Support me all you want, that's great, but if you're supporting me, you also support Dave. And if you don't support Dave and you're in my chat and you're putting in little things where you think it's okay and you don't think I'll see it, guess what? Bad luck. I go back through chat when I do my lives, and I go back through it and I read every single comment. As long as the live goes for, I read every single comment. And if I see anyone being disrespectful towards Dave or anyone else in chat, guess what? You get removed. You get removed for up to 2 weeks. You come back into my chat and you're removed. You be disrespectful again, you're removed indefinitely. Because I will not tolerate that under any circumstances. Oh, good night, Sammy. Thank you so much for being in here, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for the heart. I appreciate it. Yes, so 3.5 hours. Whew, that's a long time. I think this will be probably one of my longest lives I've done. Well, it's the longest I've done through my own StreamYard. So it's actually a record. But I am going to call it a night. And I will say adios. And I will say thank you again for every single person that has been in here tonight supporting me and being so patient with me when I was nearly in tears before. You're all absolutely incredible, each and every one of you. Thank you, Matt. That means a lot. I will never, ever tolerate bullying in my chat. It doesn't matter if it's about somebody I don't like. It doesn't matter. I will not tolerate it. I may say, which I said something earlier tonight, and I regret saying that. It was very inappropriate. I'm not going to repeat what I said, but it was highly inappropriate. And yeah, so until next time, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I will say good night. Good night.